Oh, you.
All right, everybody. Welcome to. Is this game number 10 or 9? 9. All right. Welcome to game number 9, the first of the. We are going to be in the thick of it for this part. From here on out, like we are straight up in nightmares. Um, we are leaving the Halloween costumes, mask glow-ups open for the rest of the weekend, and then that is it. We got a hard cap on them eventually. We are still doing the donations, get the villain cards, and for that, we do have a new card that we wanted to release for specifically October. This is the Dream Come True. Now, we know that we are in dreams/nightmares, but and none of this stuff will last, other than the fear and the distrust. All that stuff will probably hang out. But if you like something, if something's happened that you want to make sure that that stays in the real world, and you get that card, you play that on that event. This could be a way to keep one of your abilities from these games. This could be a way to keep some of your reputations from these games. Um, or like say, and like I bring this up not because like it needs to happen, but like the idea of if we wanted to keep Cass as a 3-armed guy instead of a 4-armed guy, or like a 2-eyed guy instead of a 4-eyed guy, play that card, and then it's just like that damage is real and permanent. That actually happened. So, there we go. That is what that card can do. You guys, if you have any questions about it, go ahead and ask, because, but for the most part, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, dream come true. I'm only just now realizing I don't have the Twitch open. All right, let me mute tab. All right, there we go. All right, sorry. So, with that, let's get to the first game. So tonight we are playing BORG, everybody. BORG is. Did you really? Wow. All right. Well, hilarious. There are some mixed in both. There's some in the villain sets, and there are some in the main cards, which is I assume where Renic just got his. Sorry. Every $20 donated gifts villain card packs to everybody in the community. So that, and like in those villain cards, there are a couple of those ones. There are only 5 in total. There are 2 in the villains pack. There are 2 now in the others. Don't buy the villain cards. It costs $100 a pack. Don't do that. All right, everybody. Let's get to introducing our players. We have Renic, played by Imperial.
Hello.
We have Senior Officer Ceylon, played by Birthday Girl Twy.
Just happy to be here on my birthday.
On your birthday. Nice. We got Forge, played by Darkborn.
Hello, good friends, and happy birthday to my favorite Ceylon. Cheers, bud.
It's like so many Ceylons, but this one. There are so many Ceylons like her, but this one is mine. And we have playing Osiria / the Big Bad Wolf. We have Shy. All right, everybody. So we're not going to start with Shy with Osiria in the game, though. So here we are. We are in the epics. I lied. They're right on the screen. We're in the halls of the epics. They are preparing for the wave of nightmares that is coming. We have announced it to the world that this will be happening. So all of our allies are taking this warning seriously. So they have gathered all of their people into one place in the epics. Like, the whole place is full. They have, for the most part, hidden their weapons away because they are worried about people being taken over by nightmares and attacking each other. The epics are. I know they don't trust magic, but does that make them superstitious, Renic?
No, I don't think so. Not like how you and I would consider it superstitious.
Okay, so they're not like knocking on wood. They are just like, in my head, they are just taking care of business style.
Yeah, I'm sure there are some like cultural things like what we would do, knock on wood, but it's not a hey, no, this is very important and you must do it type of thing.
Absolutely. Okay. So, we know, based on our time on the moon, that it is coming. Like, the whole wave has crashed onto Lockstitch already, and it was a hellish experience for people. But today, we like meteorologists of nightmares know that it is singularly going to be located here. Like, they are going to be hit hard. Do you all, and this might be me putting you guys way too much on the spot, can you think of any way that you would help them reinforce against the nightmares? Like, oh, go ahead.
Well,
Um,
sorry. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go for it.
Well, Ford would look over to Ceylon and be like, "Well, maybe we should do that cure vibration thing that you taught me. Maybe that would soothe their souls and keep them in a harmonious state."
Okay. How, which then just turns into like lulls. So we lull them, and so like, OG, we rock their cradle, kind of thing.
Absolutely, yes. And maybe Renic can help us sing the song of their people.
Their people and mine are thousands of years separated.
No, I mean, maybe you can find out what the song of their people is so we can sing it.
1,000 years
Sure.
separated, but having a, like traditional scary time song. You know what I mean? Like, what is the sorry, I'm like blinking, but like the scary lullaby, like who's the wolf in the night kind of thing.
Ah, yes, the fairy tale of safety. Kind of like the who is the big bad, pardon my words, but big bad wolf of the situation.
And it definitely,
Kind of
I am
thing.
talking about you, Midnight, and I am talking about first music lesson of Midnight's, when we did lullabies, and then he was like, "I'm the reason you have lullabies." And it just, anyways, shout out to Midnight. But like, does this culture, like a surviving lullaby from like 1,000 years ago, we can use that, and that way it at least calms anything. Like, maybe that way things aren't as extreme. You know what I mean? We're trying to de-escalate.
Sure, your guess is as good as mine at this point.
Ooh, so you didn't grow up with any? Your mama put you in a little cradle, rock it out, and then she looked out into the distance. It was like,
So let me say again, just so that we are on the same page. I said thousands of years. I should have said thousands of generations.
no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these
Mhm.
people are as different from me as you are.
So you'll see Ford's in the background trying to do that, the meme of math. he starts thinking of what the difference is of those two words, of those two statements. But isn't that almost the same thing?
What do you know? Like, what do you assume? Infer? What can we assume?
I mean, having spent some time with them, I know kind of what they are about now, but that is not necessarily something that I would have figured. I did. That was not pertinent, so I did not bother to find out.
Are you excited then?
I suppose.
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Where did you come from, Wolfman Joe?
I do not understand this joke.
Perfect. That's how
We are not wolves. And that man is not named Joe. That is Renic. It's like Valeria steps into the room. And she's like, we've prepared as much as we can. We have the children safely locked away. And she looks over at Renic. Renic, your time here, you will definitely know that the children are the most sacred thing that they have. They do not breed very fast. And specifically females are very rare.
Are we in the mountain?
Yes,
Like
we are in
the mountain?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, this may provide some protection. Just being here inside the. I mean, we're in the Dragon Mountain, right? The
Yep.
Epic.
Yeah, in the Epic.
So it may provide some protection, but given what is headed this way, I would not count on anything. We should take every precaution we can.
Osiria, can you roll me a 20-sider? Let's just see how well you've been doing at unsettling these people. Yeah, with your plus, absolutely. You guys, do they hear a howl, Osiria? How do we know that the big bad wolf is around?
I think it's definitely got to be the howl, right? Like,
it is the easiest way of like showing a wolf is nearby.
And like she's got her own kind of like unique windy howl, so like you know it's her.
Oh, like the like a strong gust goes blowing by the caves, and the caves are doing that like top of a bottle blowing, you know, the deep.
Yeah.
Valeria reaches for her sword, which is not at her waist. And she just like, you see her move her hand as though she's getting fidgety. And then, as everybody is trying to get ready, a group of dwarves show up in like just bursting through the doorway.
I love the dwarves. They're so good.
Oh my goodness.
And they're like, basically, this is Donovan. This is Rux. These guys are just henchmen. I did not give them names. They are hench 1 and hench 2.
Oh, hench and men. Got it.
They walk in like, so the reports were true. That big bad wolf has come to this location as well. Donovan pulls his like cigar out of his mouth and tosses it into like on the ground inside the cave. And then he's just like, we're here to ask some questions of our clawed friends. And you see the henchman, the one in the pink suit, raises a shotgun towards you all. Like not threateningly, but just making sure you know that he has it. What do you know of the big bad wolf? What do you know of breaking the Warpletingers out of jail?
Well, all I know is I looks at as Forge looks at his claws, then looks over. Renic's claws, and then looks at Valeria's claws, and then looks at Ceylon's claws. So, what are you referring this to?
They look and they see. Oh, it's like, oh, the silver thimble is here. Isn't that a treat? It's just like, it will save us a trip. Do you all have any connections with the criminal known as the Big Bad Wolf?
Not to my knowledge.
What color are they? What do they wear? What are you doing?
From our reports, they are. We've seen things that described them as both black and green furred. One of the two. They are either an incredibly humanoid looking lycanthrope type creature, and like it looks up at all of the epics with their black fur and their massive claws. It's like in there, not wolf-like, but you could understand why somebody would make the mistake. Features, and just like that, and stories get a little jumbled here. A massive green wolf.
Hey, Forge will just keep thinking, doing the whole math meme, with the try to calculate. I don't know a green wolf.
No, to my knowledge, none of us are connected with this person, creature, entity.
You see,
A green wolf? That sounds impossible.
Rux takes a lap around the building. You can see the fact that they are purposely making the epics they are doing intimidations, despite the fact that these are half their size. Renic, you know that they have numbers. There are they might not be here right now, but if you act against them, you are at war with Dactyloid.
Okay.
Which I'm fine with, by the way. And as he walks around, he's over and
I mean, in this kind of political thing, Renic is taking his cue from Valeria.
Valeria is standing straight up. She is trying so hard to not get their attention. And Renic, can you roll me 2 20-siders?
I sure can.
All right, 16. You see Valeria is subtly moving her body to block the room behind this room and trying not to get attention drawn to it.
Okay.
And Valeria's like, we have no connection. We've paid your tithe. What reason do you have for this? Why would you be here? And he just grabs the plate and throws it. This is Rux. Rux is an asshole. He grabs one of the I think a stein of ale situation and throws it next to Valeria's head, and it breaks apart. It's just like, people have died, and we lost very important prisoners. You wouldn't want to be implicated in that, would you? And he pokes her chest, which means he has to reach up to do it. Oh no, people have died from the Big Bad Wolf. You guys didn't kill anybody, but they are afraid of the Big Bad Wolf because the Big Bad Wolf has been killing people all over the Echo. And you see, because you're 16, absolutely. He has a gun underneath his jacket, and then you realize all of them have weapons.
Mhm.
And then they stare at everybody, and Rock's just like, "What do we got back there? Are you harboring any fugitives?"
That's when the Forge starts to looks over to Ceylon and starts to decide to get creative, and he just starts to sing. Hear, growl, fear, howl. Watch the claws as they scratch. Hear, growl, fear, howl. Scratch, scratch, scratch. And he just motions over to Ceylon.
It's like, so what are you drinking? we're just like, like, are you captivated by this? We can have another round. We can, Or what do you know about the big bad wolf?
Basically, what Forge was singing was something that that Midnight taught him while they were hanging out at the diving bell.
Nice. Which then, I don't understand. Is it a
It's kind of like a
distraction or to like get them, or intimidation? I'm sorry.
well, it's a distraction. So basically enough for him to forget about where she's standing.
Okay, I get ya. It like record scratch, like changing the vibe in general. of the room.
Exactly.
My bad.
exactly.
My bad.
No, you're
Okay.
good. You're good.
I didn't know, like, just Ceylon's gonna like see if it's actually like calming, like seeing if other people are into it or not. Kind of reading the room a little
Yeah.
first.
So it's kind of,
And
yeah.
yeah. Can I like roll to just like read the room in a way, like
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. We'll make
take the room's pulse? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. 1d20.
Absolutely. The vibe in the room is very actually. Valeria is terrified. She is scared for her the children in the back room. Everybody is on edge. You can tell just from like looking around them that all of the epics are ready to just start a war if they try to get back there. And maybe even more uncomfortable about it is the 4 dwarves in here are also incredibly scared. Like, they are jumpy. They are looking for it to be the epics doing it and not actually some supernatural big bad wolf. They hate magic. So the idea that it is a magical creature that has made its way all the way into Dactylor, because we saw claws on the prison walls, and when they broke out Bola, like, we saw evidence that the big bad wolf was inside Dactylor. The Null City, magic's not allowed there. Like, it's not just not allowed, you can't do it. So the idea that the big bad wolf made it that far is terrifying to them.
I think in joining with Forge, in joining with Forge, if Forge is getting the like and is singing that as kind of like an omen, you know what I mean? Like that foreshadowing moment of I think Ceylon's going to be walking around the room taking the temperature. When they're on the other side, they'll join in with like a lullaby melody that'll go back and forth with it, because like the goal is to see if this melody will resonates with them.
Exactly.
And like, do they find, because like your song is I think that's really cool. Your song is the fear side of it. Of this is like, oh shit, like shit gets scary.
Yeah, exactly.
Cuckoo coming.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly,
the
the
other
cuckoo.
side of it is like, okay, well, let's see if like that motherly lullaby is going to actually like come. So yeah, and it's sort of like in the cradle of the
Yeah. Both of you could give me a 20-sider.
Oh, okay.
lay me down to sleep. Nice. Nice.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh.
I think like they're just gonna look over and just like Rux looks around. He's like, "There's nothing here." And he like here's your here's your song. And he puts his gun away. Just like pulls out his pocket watch, looks at it, and it's just like, "Gotta move." And you see Donovan pulls out his pocket watch and looks at it, and he's just like, "We'll see you. We'll talk about this later." And it's just like he pulls out it's like a manila envelope, and he tosses it to Valeria, and then walks like him and his group walk out of here. Mostly because I want to get to the rest of this game. The dwarves are great though.
But yeah, this whole time, by the way, that whole entire time, the Forge has not stopped singing that chorus.
You see Valeria grab up the envelope and sigh. She's just like, "Okay, it is time to rest." And she's
Oh,
like,
thank goodness.
"We are going to take it in shifts." It's like nighty-night time. So yeah, let's just get right into this. As like you three do not have to go to sleep right now. You can stand the first guard, you can have whichever guard you want. Valeria does after a time. Like, and you can see her fighting it. She is trying her best not to fall asleep. Like, head slowly nodding. Then finally, she passes out. And everything starts to fade a little bit. And then you hear screaming all around you. Like, you all snap up. Except for you, Ceylon. Like, it takes you a moment. Like, you're still hungover from last night. As the epics, like the people, are running around screaming. It's just like, did you see them? Where did they go? They took the children! And it's just everyone all around. Like, they're outside the cave, looking everywhere. It's like, now you all your characters. Like, oh, this is Ceylon's dog, by the way. Ceylon's character has a dog.
That's a friend.
I named him Harmus.
Baby.
Like hummus, but with harm.
Oh
Orange baby.
no! He's motivated by food.
Not gonna lie, if I do get the dream part, that is the first thing to become real.
I crave blood. Mother, I crave violence.
Little Chihuahua.
Just standard chihuahua. I mean, where's the lie?
Can't wait till this dog dies violently.
He's gonna be so cute.
Oh, that's adorable. Oh no, it's full of drama.
So you see, like, people are running everywhere, Renic. Like, all around, they are searching the mountains. Like, it feels surreal, though. Like, in this moment, like as you guys fall fully into the dream,
Mhm.
the sky is red, but the ground feels like it's shifting all around you. But the number one thing, the biggest thing is the fact that it is absolutely terrifying. Like you feel an absolute dread, like creeping up the back of your neck. You are like, for the record, you are experiencing Valeria's fear. Like she is the most terrified of losing those children.
Okay.
You cannot see Valeria anywhere. She's like, even like as everybody's running around, you cannot see her. As you leave the cave to look around for the children, there are footprints. They are the dwarves' footprints. You can see down here, that's what this is. It's going to be a small little like encampment where they were camped out. All right, everybody, let's find some kids. How do we find children?
I mean, if
answer that.
the dwarves really did take them, we should at least follow and see. They are not to put too fine a point on it, but you are much more suited to fast movement in the mountains than I think they are. It should not be hard to overtake them and discover one way or the other.
Absolutely.
One of the epics just like, all right. Renic, was it? No, wait, no, they would know you. Renic, did you? Your thing is Renic. Your character's name is Renic, right?
Yes.
They look over at you. They're like, all right, Renic, put a squad together and you head out and track down those trails. Just in case there is it's a false lead, we're gonna take to the other sides. If anybody, like, if they are heading to Dactyloy, like, this is the path. If they are heading towards the inn, we'll go that way and make sure.
Sounds reasonable to me.
They do like 2-hand clasp, like the forearm grab, but with 2 of their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So I turn around and point at 3 or 4 random people, like, all right, you 4 with me, let's go.
One of them is just a belligerent drunk carrying a hurdy-gurdy.
That's not them. That's the hurdy-gurdy. That's how it sounds.
No, the hurdy-gurdy sounds like a chicken.
Excellent.
Great, hurdy-gurdies in this world are worse than I thought.
That sounds like robot chicken. No, I'm just kidding.
At Osiria, you look down and you see like 2 more arms. This is new. The claws are decently long. You feel in your mouth like large enough fangs that could do some real damage.
All right, so
Go ahead.
aside from the extra arms, not a lot of change from the wolf form, basically.
It's like everybody is running around in panic, and it feels delicious. BORG, like, who are you in this dream? Actually, by the way, for everybody, can you just, like, we know that they're an epic, so you have black fur, 4 eyes, despite the fact I just can never get that to work. Like, black fur, 4 eyes, 4 arms, like, you are tall, and, like, some of you are already tall, but now, like, you might be taller.
Taller, yeah.
You have like, what do you have on you? Who is
so,
this
like,
character? Go ahead.
Renic is the runt at 7.5 feet. Okay, continue.
Sorry. Okay. So I will be. I'm going to be Jotna. Jotna, and they are about 9 feet tall, and they're very bitey. They're, and so even more himbo than normal, but more engi himbo.
Yeah, absolutely. What kind of weapons do you carry?
Oh, he has a whip and a shield.
Just a hilarious combination of items. Right.
And his clothes is very like it looks like a like very like commoner farmer type of clothing that you would see amongst the people. So it's kind of like he found this like lid to a barrel and turned it into a shield, and then just found some whip laying around. But his real strength is in his bite.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, he has a bag of wizard teeth.
That'll teach him. That'll teach wizards to talk back.
Yeah, all that magic, silly nonsense.
All right, who's next?
Okay. Yeah. So Ceylon is currently in the body of Herrick. Their sacrilegious songbird, which is like super cute. Is they weren't like a good bard. So they don't have a lot of money. They really suck at what they're doing. And they were like destitute. So I imagine yeah, a lot of patchwork, a lot of but now their voice is pretty chill. They play the hurdy-gurdy pretty well. I think they found like the right instrument that like made a lot of sense. And they finally trained Harmus to like do backup percussion. And so like pretty good. You know, they're cocky. You know, I'm never gonna die. I can do no wrong because like I'm not the one getting hit. You know what I mean? As long as I just dodge, 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 we're good to go. We're good to go. I think the hurdy-gurdy though is very large and is capable of like big deep bellows. Um but I think that's because it is made of like found dead leather, you know what I mean? Like skin that they had leathered on their travels and stuff, also very patchworked. um Pretty to see, but yeah, no. And I think there's little compartments in it as well that has like that acts as like medicinal chest, if you will, like has a bunch of little things here and there. I think that's you know, bard. Bard vibe.
Absolutely. You're also
Got my
wealthy.
travels. I mean, I finally found the instrument that makes sense. That's something that's resonating with people. I don't. This is great. Turns out I am a rock star. We can only go up from here. Ain't that right, Harmus?
Like growling, twitch.
Yeah. I have like very little food, so they are anxious. They're angry right now.
Absolutely. Thank you, Renic, for updating everybody on character names.
Thank you.
All right. Osiria? If we're gonna like do Renic last as like explaining how he works.
So, yeah, Osiria in this form is tentatively going by the name of Glum. Honestly, it's not too different from what she's normally doing in that she does have both a means of transformation and a very strong bite. But that aside, she's got a cudgel on hand. She's wearing some, padded cloth armor. She might have some scrolls, like, stored away. And honestly, she just seems kind of average from a stat standpoint.
Inconspicuous. Renic, do your people turn into creatures often? Oh, not your people, like obviously, but
Hmm. I mean, they don't magic, so no. I'm gonna say no.
Man, Glum is just a real weird one, a real outlier. All right, Renic, you want to tell us about you?
Sure. I am still playing Renic for the time being. But MORK wise, I make scrolls, and I'm very fragile. Like, I'm a support build. This is what I do. Yeah, carrying a staff. I don't know why I've got fur armor, but that's what I got. Extra fur.
It's got a nice fur ruff.
Yeah. I thought it was appropriate given the art.
Absolutely, love it. All right, everybody. If you want to search for clues, that would be a presence test. If you guys just think that you guys have a direction, you guys can just like head off that way if you want to. So we have strength, agility, presence, and toughness. Those are our 4 stats. I, as the GM, do not roll attacks against the players. They always roll defense. For MORK, for those watching, a 12 is basically all you need for a success unless it's called for a more dangerous roll. But under a 12, it's just a failure. It's just, there's no tough choice, there's no almost failure, it's just 12 or nothing. We're back in like old school RPG style.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody, what we got? Like, what's the plan here?
I mean, Renic said he was going to follow the obvious trail that the dwarves made and see, just
fair.
try and catch up and see if they have the children. Like, if they do, that's a different story, but we're going to check first.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. All right, so roll me a. If it's catching up, I think it's just agility.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds agility.
Sure, I can do that. Nope.
It's like, as you all follow these dwarf tracks through the mountains, it is sharper than it should be. Like, you've walked these paths countless times, and you feel yourself getting lost. Multiple times, the footprints have led to a dead end that doesn't make any sense. You don't see the footprints turning around and going back, but once you turn around and go back, you can see the fact that the footprints went a different way.
Mm-hmm.
As you make it out, you hear undeniably the cry of a wyvern above you amongst the dead trees of the Dulong forest.
Well,
Go ahead.
well, shit.
I'm going to put my token for my wyvern on the screen. It does not see you, but it is swooping around. Its mouth is covered in viscera. Even from a distance, you could see the fact that it is dripping.
Wow, what a good I guess how do we even talk, right? Well, it's a good omen for us. Like surely our enemies will feel the fear of will be the viscera as well. Like, you know, viscera the cum kind of thing.
I don't like hearing cum and viscera in the same sentence, but here we are.
That was a you thing. I'm just
The viscera. Yes, the viscera. Jota starts looking tries to look under the trees for the children.
This wyvern like clasps onto one of the petrified trees, and you see it like picking its claws clean.
Can we see of what?
Give me a presence, and you can do a presence check to just try to find out, or you guys can try to get closer, and that'll be an agility check, and then you won't have to make the presence check.
I'm just gonna see if I can tell.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
can.
Nice.
Gripped in its claws. This wyvern is, if you guys are like 9 feet to 14 feet tall, this wyvern has a massive wingspan, but its body is not actually that much larger than you.
Mm-hmm.
And like with a 20, because it was a 19 plus 1, because I mean plus actually anyway,
Yep,
it's a 20.
plus presence.
Yeah, plus presence. You can see the fact that in one of its claws, it is currently mowing down on an arm much shorter than yours in a pink suit.
Oh,
Out of character, that's not concerning.
well, if the dwarves had the children, they have all been eaten because that is Hunch's arm, I believe. Right? It was Hunch and Hinch were the two, and Hunch was in the pink suit.
Absolutely, that's perfectly fine.
Yep.
Perfect.
But it is pretty like actively going to town on its food, as it just like is crunching this away.
I don't think we have time to wait for it. You all, we still need to find the site where it came from and see if it had the children or they had the children or no. And if they did, if they are still alive, and recover what we can.
Do any of you have any abilities or any items that might help you track?
Abilities.
Let me see. I don't think so, but
Yeah, dog doesn't do that.
Let me see here.
nope.
It's a small but vicious dog. It might do that. I don't know.
Like, like what do they smell like? They smell good? Like, like finger looking good?
Let's see.
We're talking about the dwarves for that sentence. We are not talking about the children being finger licking good.
Jotna's gonna like
It's
get on the ground and just sniff the ground to try catch a scent.
Yeah, give me a presence check.
nice.
It's a 15 because I have a -2.
Madness. You smell blood in the air. Like, other than this wyvern, you see, and you smell gunpowder, which is incredibly rare.
A twisted satisfaction comes across Jotna's face as he just look. So you know when dogs look backwards, they look up and then backwards like that, looking back at everybody else in the party and be like, "I got a scent."
Oh, your like nose starts to bleed. Oh,
And his like tongue just hangs out off the side of his mouth.
catching the blood. Oh my god. It's like it's your own. Oh man. Oh. Well. onwards.
Take us that direction, Yotna.
You see him like basically scurry on all fours towards the set.
All sixes.
Oh, sorry, all sixes. I forgot I had another arm. I thought I forgot I had 2 more arms. Yeah, so on all sixes, just scurrying forward towards the set. Like very Scooby-Doo style.
I'll say. I think. Obviously, Glum here is still following the party, but she definitely, like, eyed that arm for a minute before they left, like...
Oh, Glom, do you want to go after that arm? Like, let me tell you,
No.
that arm has a couple really cool looking rings on the hand. Like, it's got a pinky ring that looks very attractive.
Sick.
I think she'll live without that one.
But will.
Technically, that is true.
But there's
Just so
definitely,
we
like,
know.
that hint of, like, jealousy that she wanted to get that first.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so let's get... You guys have tracked the dwarves' movements. You see the fact that there are still 4 sets of tracks. One of those people must be bleeding violently. Like their right side, like every time you see them take a step, there's just a pool of blood there, and they are falling further and further behind. There are 3 sets of smaller footprints. These ones do not have shoes on, and their claws are leaving marks in the mud. We are out of the epics. We are out of the Dulong Forest. This is one of the old Tinger logging posts. Abandoned for what feels like years. Up ahead, you can hear voices inside, and a light is flickering. There is somebody shouting.
Yeah, so basically you see Jotna just like hearing the sound, just doing like the whole like point with his snoot towards the direction of the sound.
Good boy. Good boy.
I'm not sure we have the luxury of being unseen. I think we may. We can hear that they are shouting. We just can't make anything out.
Oh yeah, you can make out there's definitely a pained shout, and the shout appears to be authoritative, or it sounds like authoritative, you know, but
Mhm. Yeah. I am not sure we have the luxury of remaining unseen. I think, given these tracks here, we need to move right now.
To like not. Don't go inside.
No, I mean,
kind of
go
follow
inside and turn it upside down.
no, fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see Jotna get on back vertical, and just literally equip it the whip and just with his tongue hanging out, going yeah, oh yes, violence, I crave it.
I was gonna say,
I mean-
don't have to tell Glum twice, she'll go as soon as y'all do.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of put me in charge, so I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't know what's going on, but we're about to find out.
I'll open the door and y'all run in. Gotcha.
You see, like, Hench pouring alcohol over Punch's, like, wound. His right arm, completely torn out of its socket. And he's just yelling at him, stay still! And, like, you see him, like, open the shotgun shell, and he's, like, pouring the gunpowder on it. And then he lights a fire and cauterizes the wound. The whole place reeks of burnt skin and alcohol.
You see, Jotna will be like licking their chops. That smells delicious to them.
Did you just Ceylon just opened the door and they walk and you three walked in?
Oh yeah.
Or did you all like bum rush in?
Like, or did you bum rush it? I'm perfectly fine with bum rushing
Oh
too.
well, I'll let Renic decide that.
I mean, he probably would have put you on the direction, but I don't care. You pick.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Bum.
So yeah, open door, and all of a sudden, Jonah will bum rush in with everyone behind.
Yeah, that's kind of like Renic and Ceylon hanging out way in the back.
Uh-huh. We fragile.
It's like,
Those two in the
oh,
back, the
oh,
two crazy ones just charging forward. Yeah, that sounds right.
Scratch,
Oh.
scratch.
So if we're aiming to make an attack, we need actually we need initiative. Everybody roll to a 20-sider and add your agility to it.
There's an initiative button on the sheet if you have
Oh, yeah.
imported.
Oh, nice. There we go. Okay.
Oh shit! It is the 6-sider. It's not a 20-sider. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, roll a 6-sider and add to Ceylon.
Well,
My
that's
bad.
good, because that was crit.
3, 4,
I
5.
mean, that could have been a 6-sider.
6. Oh, 8.
8. Ceylon, you get to go first.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop the door open, but with my leg, I'm gonna like, so for those of y'all who don't know, a hurdy-gurdy is like, kind of think of like an accordion, but it has a big old crank that actually like gets that drone kind of sound going. And so like, as I'm assuming the door opens outside, and so I'm gonna open the door and start hitting that crank. Yeah, and the bum rush just gets a soundtrack, like I think it makes sense that it is the song that Midnight taught Forge, like scratch, scratch. It's just that in like a different musical genre. But then it's like it's the kitty cat who is doing that. Yeah. So Harmus is doing the you know, like, and then the hurdy-gurdy is a you know, like kind of like siren kind of, yeah, but thick bellow. It's yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Because it was scratch, scratch, and then who's doing? Go for it. Go, like you scratch.
I
Hopefully.
These 4 have to roll a presence check. Because if you have not read Ceylon's hurdy-gurdy, cranking the stringed thing of wood and gore emits a droning sound that hurts the ears of creatures that fail a presence test against a 12. So if you guys can hear it, you gotta roll a presence check, then you have to beat the 12, or else it'll deal 2 damage to you, which next turn will increase to 4 damage.
Oh,
If Ceylon
Excellent.
is not stopped.
Should have thought about this. My bad.
Incoming me going down right now.
With direction, half the party just dies instantly.
It feels like it feels possible.
Like,
I'm gonna roll for all 4 of the dwarves right now, just so you know. Based on the rules, they only have a +1 in presence.
Okay. Not me sitting here with -2.
2 of them made it.
did great. One of them, and because you're right here, Osiria,
Mm-hmm.
one of them goes for his gun in a success. But how does the big bad wolf make that a failure for him?
Which one was it? Because
It's
if
definitely Hunch, like reaching into his coat with his left arm, like to grab a gun out of the other side.
perfect, he's the one who lost his right arm already, right?
Sure did.
I'm just gonna even him out. Just like bite the other arm and just rip it clean off.
As he screams, falls to his knees, and it's just like, what? What? And then, like, you just start seeing blood pouring out of both of his ears and then out of his eyes, and he just falls on his face first.
Alright, our turn.
Yeah, right.
All right, let me do my best.
Nope. Did not
So-
make it.
Oh, I did. Whew.
Whoop. Oh, I did not.
I do think that just hitting 0 from this does not kill you. We can heal you guys back up, like
How much does it do?
2.
I have to use an omen.
Oh shit! Okay, absolutely.
I have 1 health. That puts me negative, which does kill you.
Oh, that does kill you. That's right. That.
Oh. You have 1.
So let's see. Well, it just reduces. Okay, I'm fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Just you guys can use omens to reduce the damage by 1d6 if you want. Your omens refill every day. Wait, no, they don't. Powers refill every day. Omens are just omens. Use
Yep.
them all. You don't get them refilled, but you guys aren't coming back to these characters, so just spend it drive it like you stole it.
Yep.
I only have 1, so I feel like there's gonna be a better moment for it.
That's fair.
You probably have more than 1 HP.
Yes.
I do not.
Write that down.
Well, maybe I don't anymore, but
Wait, how much HP do you have?
I had 3.
Yeah, you're down to 1 now. And it's the sound of this abomination. Osiria, it's just you can feel in your throat a growl starting to rise up as you hate this sound. But this Donovan is the only one that survived theirs unharmed, and you see him reach into he reaches down into his boot and pulls up a knife that has the knuckle duster situation, it's a trench knife is what he's got. And he's looking back and forth. All of his men, especially Hench's eyes have fallen out of his head and are just attached by the veins as his blood is pouring down his face. The hurdy-gurdy is too much for him. He is not dead, but he wants to be dead. He is screaming, and every once in a while, one of those eyeballs falls into his mouth.
Ooh.
Man.
Oh boy.
Really getting into it. All the better for you to then go around, pickpocket, oh, thank you so much for your patronage, patron of the arts. There's such a stupid death.
Rux is trying to walk towards you all. He has a cane in his hand. He is repeatedly trying to unscrew the top of it so that he could use it as a sword, but his ears are bleeding. He is off balance. He just took the 2 damage. Oh yeah, hold on. I gotta roll. Well, 3d6 for them. They have -2 for their agility. So we have 4, 2, and 1. So Ceylon went with her 6. And then, so the next up is... Wait, where did it go?
I believe
Oh,
next would be
Jotna.
yeah.
Jotna, and then Renic, and then Glum.
Okay, so being extra violently seeing this whole scene with the eyeballs and all that, Jotna's tongue just starts to salivate, and mouth starts to water as they pull out their whip and aim for I forget what this one's name is.
That's Donovan.
Donovan. Sorry, aim for Donovan with the whip.
Yeah, roll me an attack against Donovan. That did not work.
Did not work. Okay.
As you whip out, as you whip out with the whip, Donovan quickly meets it with his forearm, and it wraps around his arm, and you feel him grab onto the whip. When it's his turn, which he is the one that is gonna go after Renic, right? Yeah, he's gonna go after Renic. He is going to try to pull you in and stab you. That is his goal. All right, Renic, what do you got?
I have a stick, so I'm gonna try and bash him with the stick. So I have to close the distance and then try and hit him with the staff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Ha. No, I sure don't.
You.
Cannot roll well tonight.
It's okay. There's not that much at stake.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, worst that happens, Renic. Worst case scenario, Valeria comes out of this dream absolutely terrified, feeling completely worthless, and the epics fall apart due to their leader and matron not being able to support them anymore.
Oh, I'm aware.
That's
Yeah,
all.
I wanted to make sure we all had it all on the table.
I don't have anything that can help that much. I don't have any cards that can help that much.
Donovan is yanking you in, Forge. Roll me a defense.
A defense.
Yeah,
It's
just,
under agility. Just click the button.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my. I am 13.
This one I think we dibs.
Yeah, whoever wants it, go for it.
Absolutely.
So, cash, just dibs.
You hear a slamming coming from one of the doors in the back. And all of them jump. As he goes to stab you, the knocking is heard, and the dagger slams into your shield.
Nice.
So he doesn't actually get it in on you. But if you guys are familiar with a trench knife, it's also kind of locked on Donovan's hand.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, his hands, you say? I would like to do a bite attack.
Oh, initiative. So 1 second.
Oh, no, when my next turn.
Yeah.
Turn.
So, we are now on Glum. Glum, there is something in that back room. But I don't Ceylon, because it hasn't been we haven't gone all the way around for you to stop playing your hurdy-gurdy yet. How's that hurdy-gurdy going?
I mean, it was just one big crank of popping the door open. I mean, I don't know if it's a once you pop you can't stop kind of situation. Is that part of the question? Sorry.
Oh, no, I would just
how's it going? I'm
yeah,
great.
excellent. It's
I'm gonna
people
pick
are
all your
losing their
pockets.
eyes. People are losing their limbs. Your team is doing
that.
great inside.
When I show up, it's just been so great that musically I've been trying to get real rickety lately, and this just makes a lot of sense that I'd be so good at this. Yeah, totally fine. Nothing
Yeah.
out of the ordinary dream wise. I'm great. Ain't that right, Harvest? He's just
Osiria, what's going on with Glum right now? I mean, you see the fact that Rux is like starting to like get his balance. He has finally gotten his sword cane out of the sheath, but he is looking into the back room with fear. But also, he is positioned directly behind Renic that he looks just as easily he could flee from this battle or stab Renic in the back. We don't know which way he's gonna go.
Well, I don't think we want to take any chances, so I'm just gonna try to bite attack him.
Just all teeth all the time.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that tracks.
It does. Give me that 20-sider.
I mean, why not?
One of my party members clearly gets it.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh my god.
Well,
Now, because it is MORK and not just our rules, you can use an omen to re-roll that if you would like.
I think that's where I'm gonna use my one omen, yeah. I told y'all it would come up later.
I've bided my time long enough now.
It's like, like, I told you.
Still.
All of one roll.
I mean, you said it.
oh,
Hey!
no.
Look at that. And because it's the because of my ability, that is a crit.
Oh,
Because I
sick.
crit on 19s as well as 20s.
Perfect.
Wink in the camera.
Wait.
Wait, like, so you're gonna kill Rux right here. He only had 4 HP to begin with, and he lost 2 of that to Ceylon's hurdy-gurdy. Where did you bite him?
I think it was like right at the neck. Like,
Cool.
Ooh, right in the jugular. Nice.
yeah, just gonna take him out like that.
Rip and tear. Pull out half of his neck.
And the other effect of this ability says all enemies test morale on a crit, so
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
so you might all have to run away. Oh, all its allies. Or your allies.
It-
Sorry?
it says all enemies, so
Okay. There's
So-
just one left. It's just Donovan.
which I guess in that case, after she does that, just for the flavor of how this effect works, she's just gonna lock eyes with him and just stare him down.
Why do I not get like a resolve button, people?
Oh, Donny boy. What's he gonna do? The pipes, bro.
Oh, he stands his ground. It's just like,
Oh,
alright, so we are back around to Ceylon. Ceylon, there is something going on in the room behind this place. You can see the wine bottles against this used to be a bar, and it is probably still a bootlegger's place. Like they hide stuff here. You can see bottles of green powder all over the place. You see just a bunch of booze, but it's all shaking. One of the bottles falls off and crashes on the floor. Something is coming back there.
Oh, it feels like it's coming up to us. Okay, like from the back of the house. It's coming out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the ruckus itself has ended, so I'm not gonna hit the hurdy-gurdy again. In that, like, there's a pause in it. But I'm still like near the door. Stare down, but y'all haven't eaten. I mean, like, I just don't see why not actually like hitting the hurdy-gurdy again. Like things aren't done. I don't know if I realized everybody got hurt, I guess. Like, can you just cover your ears? Can can I give you like a little medicine kit that has gauze, and then you cover your ears? It's medicinal, it's fine. Like you won't get an infection, it's okay. Like
Prescription earplugs.
yeah, it's the musician earplugs. Yeah. That are like custom mold fit. Um but there's already two people. Yeah, I'm just gonna go loot bodies actually. Like perfect. Everything was fine.
Oh, sick. All right, here.
Yeah, I'm gonna loot bodies.
Give me a presence check.
It's been so long. You know what I mean? Like since you've looted anything. Like, oh my god.
Are we gonna
What do
treat
you
them like
do?
pinatas? Is that what we're doing?
It's a 6,
loot
right?
boxes.
These
Uh,
kinds
d-
of checks are D6s?
D20. D20,
Oh.
and you have plus, I believe, 2. Yeah, you have plus 2 presence.
Hey. 10. 12, excuse me.
12 is exactly the number we were looking for.
Boop, boop, boop.
You find he has a pocket watch inside of his coat. He can't check it very well anymore. He's unarmed. He has a sick-looking belt buckle.
What kind of belt is it?
It is a leather belt with the 2 rivets as it goes, but the belt buckle itself looks like a hand for dactyloid.
Yeah. Let's unbuckle his pants. I got that belt. I'm gonna put it like a crossbody.
This works like a flail, for the record.
Sick.
You hold the one end and you slap somebody from across the room with it. It deals D6 damage. But wait, that's not it.
And then what kind of little shoesies they got? They always better. Like I'm a bard, I'm always on the travel. I'm taking people's shoes.
Oh, jeez.
Gotta see if there is a better fit. Like I
Oh.
got mismatched shoes
Oh,
happening.
Like, as Ceylon is looking down, going through the shoes. They were Oxfords, by the way.
Okay.
Very classy buckle. The buckle on them is also a fist. It looks like it's holding the shoe closed.
That's pretty cool. I
He's
don't know
got
if
a
I'm gonna.
very hand-based clothing motif situation.
They're just not good for walking, to be honest. Like I'm not gonna take his shoes. But if I can pop off that hand, yeah, I am distracted by
Your
him in the
dog
glass
is
cup.
barking like crazy, by the way.
What? No, we'll get the other one. Come on. No, well, don't finish. It's time to go. We can't be messing around this time. Okay, this is real stuff.
Right. It has a 4, but ties go to you all. So, Forge or wait, yeah,
yeah,
Jotun, right? Yeah, Jotun has. Alright, so Donovan's knife is still in your shield. He does not see the crazy-looking creature in the corner. Nobody, you guys can all see it if you want to see it, but Ceylon is just doing the looking down thing as its mouth is it looks like a clamshell was a mouth as it grows, and you see body parts inside of it. What looks like, the little thing that dangles in the back of your throat, uvula.
Uvula. Yeah.
That's a body hanging back there.
Nice.
Ah, beautiful.
That is horrible, and I love it.
And
In the words of Markiplier, smash.
it is repeated, you guys all hear whispering, it's tinnitus in your ear, it's staticky and it's poppy, it's popping, old style. I don't know how old all of you are, but I went to school when announcements were like really shitty over the radio,
Oh,
over
yeah,
the school PA system.
with the
That's
high
kind of
pitched whines.
yeah. There's a very high pitched whine, and then you all just hear the doctor will see you now.
No.
No, thank you.
All right. So Jotna basically was very inspired by the hurdy-gurdy, and they're just in that lull embrace, and Jotna wants to bite off the hat of Donovan, bite off
Absolutely.
that of his hat, so he can get that knife, because now he wants it. He wants to claim that knife. So I don't know how to do the bite attack. It just says DR10 to attack.
It just means that you roll your attack, and all you're looking for is a 10 instead of a 12.
I don't know how to.
It's a strength test.
Oh yeah, strength. Yeah, just go ahead and yeah.
Okay, so DR. Oh, sorry, it's a damage roll. Okay. Strength.
Yeah,
Ooh!
absolutely. Take that arm clean off.
And that inflicts 6 damage.
Oh yeah, he fucking Donovan. It's over for Donovan.
Yeah.
He falls back against the bar, and he's just like, he looks at you and he looks over at the hello nurse as they're coming in.
I love the name.
God.
I love the name. That is so unhinged. I love it.
And blood is pouring out of his teeth as he smiles, super wide, wider than you've ever. It's like, no, not wider than you've ever seen. That looks like Cash's smile.
Oh.
You all have a liminal moment, a lucid moment of seeing cat ears kind of grow out of Donovan's head, and he's just like, "You'll never get them back. I've already sold them. You'll never get them." And then he passes out.
Yeah, you'll see Jotna just with this hand, kind of blood dripping from it, in his in his maw, as one of his other arms grabs the knife to equip it. So now he's got a knife, a whip, and a shield.
Ewan, you equip the knife. Is that what you just said? So you've got it on. You put it.
Oh
in
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You're lucky you got 4 arms. You cannot take this knife off.
Oh.
I'm okay with that.
Finger trap.
I'm okay with that.
Each one of the knuckles, upon closer seeing it doesn't. They're making you bleed. There's biting you back.
Jotna's okay with that.
And it is just +1 for you, Osiria.
Nice.
Oh, I grabbed the cursed item.
That being said, seeing how that whole scene unfolded, Glum is just gonna give them a thumbs up right there. Clearly we are on the same team, whether they realize that or not.
So was this a knuckle knife?
It's a trench knife.
Oh, trench knife. Sorry.
Trench knife, yes.
Trench.
I don't know if that's in the MORK thing, but that's
I
what
don't
his
think
knife
I don't
is.
think it is. It just counts as a standard dagger. We'll do D4.
A knife.
Okay.
A knife.
The trench knife. Okay, D4 melee. Got it. Yay! Cursed object ended up with me. I summoned my own curse.
Yes.
All right,
You're
Renic.
welcome, Osiria.
You see
Thank you.
Donovan. Donovan's still alive for now, but he is fading fast. His skin is turning pale.
Okay.
He is bleeding to death. But you are aware of the hello nurse in here.
Yep.
Yeah. So as the last thing I do on my turn, I start to eat the hand now that he released the knife, and just dead stare at Donovan in the most unhinged way.
Absolutely, yeah. So yeah. Next up is Renic, and then Hello Nurse, and then Osine, then Glum.
Okay. Where did the shotgun end up?
I bet it's got to be on somebody. Actually, I think it's right on the bar.
Okay. I'm gonna snag the shotgun and just try and blast the Hello Nurse.
Absolutely, fuck yeah.
Which should be an agility test, I think?
I think
ranged is
agility, because
different.
ranged, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
13 is so funny.
Of course it is.
Just so we know,
Oh, jeez.
the 13 does not mean it doesn't work. It just means you're also cursed.
Sure.
Oh,
Well, not cursed, but like one of the villains has something else. So
Lurid here.
it is Lurid's. Lurid's is Okay, he does not have the ability to summon anybody else into the fight yet. He's gonna inflict a terrible vibe of some kind. Or someone or something goes missing for him. But as you grab the shotgun, as he's typing it up to finish up what his part is, when you pull the trigger, everybody, it's like, does everybody know what dragonfire rounds are in a shotgun?
Oh, hell yes.
But Dragonfire rounds.
It makes the shotgun
They're
look
illegal.
like a flamethrower. It is.
Oh, okay,
For a
okay,
reason.
Okay,
You're basically
okay.
firing thermite? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Phew.
Phosphorus incendiary, I think. Oh, it's magnesium.
Magnesium, thank you. Alright, so this is a D12 weapon.
Okay. So.
And you hit it,
roll
for sure.
D12. Huh.
Oh, sick.
I'll take that.
This thing peels away. All the goo around it peels away, and you see, inside of it is a body, like stitched together, pulled apart, stitched together again, pulled apart again. None of the fingers even belong to the same body, as it slowly lurches towards you and like reaches its arm out one last time. This roll me a defense, please.
Okay.
You can roll this defense with presence if you want. If that's
It's better.
there you go. I thought it might be.
I have very average stats. Didn't matter.
As it touches you, this body touches you, and it has, that is when you see it, its left hand is one of the children's left hand.
Oh no.
And
Okay.
it is trying to drop you to your knees. It's so hard to fight back as it wraps its hands around your throat and is beginning to squeeze. It is
Okay.
not doing any damage right now, but if you die to this, you come back as that.
Okay.
Oh jeez.
So that is its turn. We have to stop the Hello Nurse before we kill Renic forever. Or, you guys get to deal with Renic becoming a hench for cash.
Both not good outcomes.
God, can you imagine that smile spreading across Renic's face?
Right? Just like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, I can absolutely see it.
All right. Europe. Gorp. That's not Gorp.
Glum.
Glup. I don't know why I called you Gorp.
Glum.
I think, for the, like, just painting the scene, this is terrifying for Renic. For, like, this is the scariest thing that Valeria would possibly see. Like, one of her children turned into, like, an abomination. Like, a part of absolute fear. And Cash, playing with fear, is making this so much worse for everybody. I don't think it's not Renic that Renic can't shrug this thing off. He is trapped in the most terrifying thing in existence.
Since I don't feel like biting this thing is nearly as effective, I think we're just gonna try to, like, cudgel it to the face.
You finished that description, Alan, and the music in the background switched to like a creepy music box, and it could not have been better timing.
I love it when that works out that way. All right.
Oop.
That is real rough.
That ain't great.
Ceylon. What was the attack? You weren't trying to bite it because you said biting's not ineffective.
Yeah, we were gonna hit it with the cudgel instead.
As you bring the cudgel down on it, it cracks into its shoulder, and you know Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. The limb falls off with like strings puppeted to it all the way to the ground, and it starts like moving around. And Ceylon, can you roll me a roll against... Nika's gonna roll for Vatna. You roll
20?
me a d20. Yep. No pluses.
Da, da, da.
19 sick as hell,
Ooh.
though.
What up?
Ooh.
So that's only a 12 for Vatna. It's just the hand... Or 13? 13. But, man, the hand starts walking on like the thing, you know?
Yeah.
And it lashes out and tries to grab your puppers.
I have a little hand axe, and I'm gonna cut off the threads, because I'm just thinking it's the thread. This is Katori shit all over again. I don't know if y'all have like seen her stuffed animals and stuff like on her bed. Wild. So like, that's what it feels like looks like to me. So I'm just gonna cut off the what I'm assuming are like magical threads. Then keeps the life. So if I chop off the threads, the arm don't live. Like good to go.
Yeah, you rolled a 19, so you fucking did it too. Like clean through. For you, that's a 20 because it'd be like your strength. All Ceylon's iron rolls are all like +2, +2, +2, +1. Like that randomized character was like bullshit as far as like everybody else.
I'm in my element, okay? And it like
peak
honestly,
bard right there.
I can vibe with anybody. Like I'll find your genre. Like come on in. Happy trails.
Clearly, you found joy.
Now I have a dog. It's great.
This thing screams, like still wrapped around. Only has one hand wrapped around Renic's neck anymore because the other hand got knocked off and then cut off. So Renic just has a child's hand wrapped around his throat, slowly strangling him. But yeah, so this is Ceylon's actual turn. Like Ceylon, you've got a hand in front of you like an arm in front of you that is a patchwork of multiple different creatures. You see the body of, and I'm just going to keep calling it an abomination, like now that it's pulled itself out of its oyster shell.
Mm.
No, no.
But like, the puppy didn't
Nope, the
like
puppy's
get
fine.
attacked, so I think the puppy can like run up the arm. Like, I'm gonna grab the arm and use it as like a distance, like a further. That way, I have a little more distance to attack. But the puppy can get on the arm, and as I'm like, kind of baseball, swinging. There we go, sports. The puppy's on the edge and is gonna
Yeah,
also
sports
like
ball.
jump on and bite.
I love this play.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me that 20-sider. I think this is just an attack strength, so it's 2. Add 2 to it.
I don't understand if this
Yeah.
was supposed to be like a nightmare or something, because like I think like I don't know if y'all know this, as a senior officer, I have to like really be like strategizing all the time, and like even in my sleep, I'm like, I need to be tougher, I need to be stronger, I need to be like more attacky. Yeah, that would be like really cool. And then it's like all my dreams gotta get like more dark, more gory, more stuff, because it's kind of like sexy. You know what I mean? Like I'm just vibing. This is great. This is totally fine. Everything's chill. These are scenarios. And like, okay, did a good job. Okay, next. Yeah, I don't know if the stakes, the cash smile, and that moment of like lucidness, this feels very like, oh, I'm like lucid dreaming battle strategies again because I'm trying to train more, and it makes sense that I'm like with Forge and I'm with Renic, you know, like it's that like I can see that kind of playing out. And in this case, it's just ultimate gory fight, fight for your life, like at the moon when all the like scary boys were coming, but then we just like vibed with friendship and fuck. Okay, so that's where Ceylon's coming from. Not to like bust the nightmare vibe,
No,
but
absolutely.
I don't know.
No,
Maybe
that's a
nightmare
loose.
coming soon. You know? Yeah.
That's perfectly reasonable. Um, you crush this thing into dust, like, and it just falls apart. All of its like pieces landing on the ground in multiple piles.
Nom 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 nom. Harman's gonna eat. The dust. I'm gonna put it away in a little vial into the hurdy gurd. It's like fish flake snacks. Nom 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 nom.
For the moment, very lucid dream. You guys each are receiving a lucid moment. Renic, when you look around the room, like, and you look at what should be Glum, you see
Mhm.
Osiria standing there. And for
Mhm.
Jotun, you see Forge. And I cannot remember how to pronounce Ceylon.
Herrick.
Herrick.
I think that's
you
what she said.
Yeah, yeah. I got a sheet open too for it. And when you look at Herrick, you see Ceylon. And in this moment, until we leave this room, we all know each other as ourselves. Ceylon broke the dream.
Lols.
All right. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. Donovan is like still alive, like looking up at you all, like very like. I think at some point he tries to like wipe his head, and he's just like got the blood streaks all over his face.
Sure. I would like to walk over to Donovan. And I will look at him and say, you can either tell me who you sold the children to yourself, or I will take it from your corpse. This is your choice.
If I tell you, will you patch me up? Let me leave?
Sure. I am totally lying to him if he gets anything for that.
He does not have any. I'm gonna give him a presence check, but his presence is only +1. Oh God. All right, and he's just like, yeah, come closer. I can't. I gotta whisper it. It's a very long name.
Sure.
He just like reels his head back and then just spits his blood into your face, like exactly what the red line is on your artwork.
Mhm.
And he's just like, "Go to hell, you mutts."
May I interject in this moment?
I would like to see what Renic had next.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sure. I was going to cock the shotgun and blast him with it.
Absolutely.
Oh, cool. We had the same
Like,
solution.
underneath.
We're all on the same wavelength. Let's go.
It's a lot of dwarves have been getting shot in the face with shotguns this arc.
Cool. Now I'm gonna try and use a power.
Absolutely. What you got?
I have. I have to remember which one it is. I have a scroll of Whispers Past the Gate, which I can use to ask 3 questions of a dead creature.
Oh,
You got one too. Nice.
Oh,
So I think I have to make a presence check to use it. If I am remembering correctly, where was the thing?
Yeah, it's a DR damage. DR 12
Yeah.
presence check.
Okay, here's hoping. Nope. I have to use an omen to not die.
I want to play this game like, you know.
I am out though. It only reduced it by 1. I am at
Oh,
0
no.
now. Yep.
Oh, does it hurt you if you fail it?
Yeah, you take 2 damage if you
Oh,
fail,
shit,
right?
I forgot.
Oh, you take 1d2. Hold on.
1d2. All right.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Flip a coin.
Okay, I'm good.
All right.
I still use the omen because I don't want to be out, but
Of course. I think
would it have been like out if you're like, are you lucid moment acting?
I'm not
And
sure I
like,
understand your question.
I don't like is I don't know. I don't know how the mind works in like dream world vibe. Like is that actually your body that gets harmed? Or is it like
yeah, give me another 20-sider.
consciousness of it?
Give me one more 20-sider, Renic. Maybe even ignore the omen thing if you roll a success on the second one.
Okay.
You guys are in the moment.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Do you have 2 presents?
I have 1 presence.
Ah, that's so close. Wait,
But
wait.
I have cards.
You
I was
have
gonna
cards
say,
that
do you want me
call
to raise it?
Right? Yeah. But that makes sense though. In a lucid mode, like it's a tough
If I
choice.
can find one.
wait, hold on. Can I play Make It a 13?
Nope, because I've already played a card.
Okay.
Good
never
call.
mind.
If you make it a 13, it does do the villain thing.
Oh, darn.
So, like, the whole dream gets really fucking, like, dreamy-weemy. And, like, flutters. And then, out of the cauterized stump that was his head, his ghost floats up. It's just like, yes, the train is here to take me. The fuck are you still doing here?
That's Donovan.
That's Donovan.
I warned you. You could either tell me yourself while alive, or I would take it from you after death. Now tell me, where are the children?
You epics aren't supposed to deal with magic like this. You're just as bad as any of the others.
I think I look down at myself and then look back at him and say, I can see why you may think that I am one of them, but I assure you, I am not.
Fine. If this speeds me along to the afterlife, then I will say it. It's just like, it's not like you can save them. They're gonna be all pieced off one by one. It's just like, we sold them to the Wraith.
Does that mean anything to me? This is the player not
yeah,
not
I don't-
knowing. Okay.
We never said it, like,
Go.
but
Listen.
each one of you, Forge, Ceylon, Osiria, and Renic, each roll me a 20-sider to see if you guys would have heard the lore about it. You guys have spent some time in the Silver Thicket, so there is every reason to guess. Not Osiria, not the
She
big
don't
bad
know
wolf.
shit.
It's like, nope. Ceylon does not listen. If it's a story that's not sung, Ceylon's not there for it.
That vibes. Yep.
Yep.
That kind of
Mhm.
tracks.
I'm like really great in this game. Like this is good strategy. Good strategy. Yeah, no, this is all what's it called? Like plot, content, exposition. Nah.
Ceylon and Osiria just exchanging blank stares right now.
So the swords know.
I'm like, dang, I never like run a strategy with Osiria in there. That seems like super exciting. Okay, what are they gonna bring to the table?
Renic, there was a story that the epics tell of what was once a man that spent his entire life taking himself apart and replacing his parts with better, bigger parts if he could. He was a boogeyman type situation for the epics early, hundreds of years ago, to the current storyline. He was fascinated with their bodies, and you would often find epics that went out for hunts into the woods. One of the reasons they don't go there anymore, with limbs missing, that were clearly cut off surgically. And like he would collect arms and hands and feet. And one time they found one of the epics that looked like they were unharmed, but they had a slash in their chest, and this guy full autopsied one of the epics and pulled all of their organs out. Like, that body was found a shell, like not even blood left in it. That was when the epic stopped hunting in the forest. Like, the Wraith is that character. It is that person.
Okay.
Or Valeria's nightmare version of him.
Sure. We know. Do we realize we're in the nightmare right now?
Right now you do. Right now you
Okay.
have enough wherewithal.
Okay. You sold them to the Wraith. If I could bring you back to inflict more pain on you, I would. But I do not believe we have time to waste. Check the others. Are they dead?
One... No, Hench is not dead. He's softly sobbing behind, like, with it back up against the bar. You only just now realize he's holding both of his eyes in his hands, trying to, like, softly put them back in.
I can't help him. I don't know if we want to.
Do we want to? Are they friend now? Will they fight with us? Because like I have little medicine kit things. Yeah, I'll just like patch you up. If you feel like they're gonna follow us now, like. Or you're the strategist. Like I'm.
I mean, I know the unhinged thing I want to do, but you know, I will defer to the group.
I mean, this is where I am torn, because we know we're in a dream right now, but as soon as we walk out the door, we won't.
Ooh,
Yep.
good point.
That
Good
is
point.
the problem.
We're lucid right now, yeah.
And do these seem like the actual people?
They seem like caricatures of the actual people. Close
Okay.
enough that dreams can come true. These could be actually them.
Right.
I would be wearing better shoes, just for the record. No shoes? Talons? What? Anyway.
Yeah, I would be confused why I'm taller than Renic.
You are and you aren't at the same time because
Yeah,
you know
exactly,
what's going on. Yeah. I think the appropriate thing for us to do here is to patch him up and leave him.
Oh, okay. I was about to put him out of his misery, but okay.
Those are our two options, I think. Can we
Just
even
ignore.
patch? Can
Just
we
move
even
on.
patch him up?
Ceylon does have medical kit, medical chest.
Sorry, that was not in the wrong voice. He turns to like, listen, I don't know how to put eyes back in heads so that they still work.
Should we care? What's the mission here? Let's do it. Like, you're in charge, right? I assume like
Make-
strategy, like.
Make a decision.
All right, move on.
Okay,
Where to? Like it's just like.
sure.
Yeah, like we're playing out sports balls. What do? They do plays, but it's called something else. Anyway, X's and O's, baby. Plays, yeah, in the playbook. Yeah, a songbook, playbook. There we go. Yeah, no, we're good. What's the rest of the play? Is how I respond to you, like your question, and it's just like, well, what's the next play? Part of the play, kind of thing.
Oh, we need to find the wraith and see if we can save what's left of the children.
And she's just like, I know where it was. I could help you. Fix these, please. I don't want to die in the dark.
Renic raises his eyebrows at Ceylon.
For
Just with a like, I mean, I don't have a good way to find him otherwise.
No.
Shrugs with all 4 arms.
Yeah, I have like stopped bleeding and infection and can like heal them, kind of thing. Like like as a kid, I'm literally just gonna like hold my hands around like womp 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 over, and everything's gonna be fine. Ish.
You do have to roll me a 20-sider.
Boop boop boop. I'm gonna leave a +2 on there because it feels magic-y to me as well. Still real bad. No.
I think I don't think you fail outright. Roll me a second one, cause you I think in lucid dreams we each get a 2d20 for it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, understood.
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh.
Rushing to play a card so that they can't.
We've gone back into we've reverted all the way back to Sep's strategy.
I have so many a little help, a little harm.
Oh, same here.
No, do
We
like a
did it,
little...
everybody. We've come full circle. We're back to season 1.
Nice.
Truly.
Oh my, is this what it was like back then? Back in the
God.
olden days.
There were moments of Sept was I think Sept was the first one to start doing it, like playing cards immediately on his own rolls to make it so nobody else could hit them.
Oh, I see.
Back in the days of like discovering like meta mechanics of it, now you can like play and everybody being like, whoa, like you just changed the game. So cool.
So yeah, he's not going to be getting an infection. I don't know if this is Alan, unsure of how the eyes work. If we put them back in, will they work?
Dream Logic says yes.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
You're so good at it.
Or like even just like literally it's just cleaning up the eyeballs a little bit, like treat it like a marble, like it could clean it up, and then like from the
I do.
veins, you twirl them around the neck and they wear it like a little bolo tie, like a bow tie, but it's his eyeballs. And then it's good to go. Dream Logic. He can see, he has the balls, it's still connected. Boom, there you go.
It's just
I mean, so
good.
I'll drop a lucid moment card on that if you want to require that.
No, I feel like that's the...
I think we're already solid with the lucid moment because of her 20, because she was like avoiding it for that.
You got
But in my head, and like, please, it's gonna be disgusting what I say right here. I'm picturing Ceylon has to wash off like the marble, like the eyes like marbles, so she just pops them into her mouth and just swishes it around and spits them back out. Or she has a little dish full of alcohol and she just dips them in there, and you just hear him scream.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Best
Not
rock
gag
tumbler.
on stream. Not
Come on.
gag on stream.
While BORG has a lucid moment, he starts to taste
BRB. Sorry.
the leftovers of the hand in his mouth. And looks over at Donovan's body and just points to Renic, points to the arm, points to self. Questioning.
Do what you want.
No. Not so much that he wants seconds. It's more like, did I really just?
Yes, in fact, you did do that.
Oh.
So, Hench, with his eyes back into place, like I think we're still wrapping his head in like gauze or whatever,
Yeah.
like prescription blindfolds, all that jazz.
Yeah.
But he's just like, okay, don't worry, I can lead you where you need to go. It's just look for the standing stones. Just guide me to the standing stones.
Okay. Very well. Sorry, I cut somebody off.
Oh, I was just gonna ask a player question here. It seems like
Okay, fine.
we figured it out, but I was gonna ask if those are the same things we saw in the Sterling Thicket RP back in the last arc.
Oh, they sure are. You guys approach what look like stones with holes tunneled all the way through them. Standing atop some of these are macabre statues of very strange creatures. Sometimes they have 2 arms, sometimes they have 3. They do not appear to be moving at this time. Something about them tickles the back of Osiria's head, but it's just glum now. There is no Osiria.
Back to being unhinged. Yay.
Very well, we are at the standing stones. Where do we go from here?
And she's, okay. So, find one of the stones with something that's big enough hole for your hand to go in.
Okay.
Once your hand is fully in, I hate magic incantations. We call the Clawed Crone. We call the Clawed Crone. Say that 3 times. But whatever you do not make eye contact with the statues.
Good to know. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah, Sept, that's what I was thinking. That or Bloody Mary.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
So, you go up to it, and I'm gonna put this little guy right on top of this one.
Mhm.
The one that fits Renic's hand perfectly. You never saw it move. None of you ever saw it move, but it feels like it is looking directly down on you. The anime thing where somebody's head gets huge and you're trying so hard to avoid looking at them, that is the vibe.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to do it quick, or do you just want to try to do it with presence?
Renic knows about magic, so I think he wants to do it like properly, or he thinks it won't work. You can't just rush the phrase out. You have to say it with the appropriate gravitas, or it won't work.
Absolutely. Give me a presence check.
Okay.
That does it.
Yep. It's not a natural 13.
Not a natural 13.
No, it's not. Yeah.
As like your hand goes in, it feels like another hand is wrapped around your wrist. Like you can feel it. The fingers go around your wrist once, then twice, and on the third passing, it's like going all the way up your forearm, but it feels like, what if somebody's fingers were snakes?
Mm.
And you
Oh, boy.
feel pricking your flesh from the other side are 5 sharp nails as they feel like they are awaiting something.
I don't know what to do here.
Oh, no, did you say the words? My bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You guys see Renic get pulled through this stone. Yeah, Nika made a noise in case anybody was wondering what the sound effect was.
Oh, okay.
And
Excellent.
all around all of you, laughter. Just the giddiest, sing-songiest laughter. You do not see these statues' mouths moving, but Osiria, all along the woods, you start to see more of them. Dozens of them getting closer when you weren't looking. Climbing
Don't blink. Don't blink. Or blink and
Hey.
shifts.
Like weeping angels. Yeah.
Climbing out of a boiling pot, you see, Renic, this clawed crone. And she looks at you and she's like, I've had so much company tonight. What brings... And then she looks at you, Renic. You're something new.
It would be more accurate to say something old.
Ah. It is always important to use the correct terminology. And one of her arms stretches out like a snake. In the palm of her hand, there is a full snake face. For the record, it does a little tongue slit thing, and
I
it
hate
has
that.
eyes.
Okay,
Are you here for the children?
I am indeed.
It's even though they are not of you.
Yes, it is a hard situation to explain, or difficult at the very least.
She nods. And what will you trade me for the information to get them back?
What price would you ask?
She the snake mouth opens and it just says flesh in a hiss.
Okay. He says, he holds out a hand and says, you may have one.
Giddy. She it. There's no way to make it sound like that, to say this without saying the exact thing, she swirls around the pot, and it's like liquid is sloshing over the edges, and you see eyes and fingernails floating on top of the water, and you see unmistakably a dwarf head just floating in the water. It's like they had to make that sacrifice themselves for information. And she's just like a hand freely given, something new freely given. And she sticks her hand out, and the snake's mouth opens, and you see serrated teeth all the way through it, like a Komodo dragon's mouth.
Okay.
Don't want to Google it. Let's go.
And she like puts her hand out, almost like for a low 5, for you just to stick your hand into there.
Yep. I'll do it.
You feel so much agony.
Mm-hmm.
Then, and as you fall down, this is going to do 1 damage to you. You are going to be at 0.
Yep.
And then she pulls out a vial out of her soup that is blisteringly hot, and it's on a leather cord, and she like wraps the cord around your neck. Drink this. The next doorway you enter will take you to them.
Very well.
If you are taking anyone else, stay close. They must be touching you when you go through the doorway, or else they will be lost.
Okay. He says, thank you.
She, like, the other hand is making, like, a and it, like, regurgitates your hand. And she's holding it, like, staring at it, counting your fingers over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can snap back out here. Renic is unconscious in front of where he gets spit, it literally spit back out. Like this yellow viscous liquid comes out with him. It smells of bile and rotten body parts.
The viscous returns.
And nobody but Osiria had noticed the those things gathering, right?
Sorry, I don't think so. I thought I was holding control.
So yeah, I think she's just going to warn everybody, just like, proceed with caution.
Punch is
Like,
just
she
like,
can't motion to them because then people are going to look at it, and that's what we were told not to do, but...
Punch is just panicking. It's just like, what's going on out there? Did you get your answers? Can we go? This place feels like... Renic is laying on the ground, splayed out. He is missing a hand. It is not bleeding. It is a fully clean stump at this point. Like
like he's been missing it for forever.
Yeah. Like it has healed completely over. He is not bleeding to death.
I see. So it's cut. So basically cauterized cut
With soup.
with soup.
But yeah, what are we doing, guys?
Yeah.
So like the Komodo part is done, right? Like that's I
Oh,
can
yeah,
stop
that's...
watching videos of Komodo dragons that is
Wait.
like essential. Like, are they just dinosaurs? Look how
I mean,
big they
yeah,
look.
basically,
This
they
is-
are basically dinosaurs. Yeah.
But then it looks like a puppet mouth, and so like you putting your arm at the bit. That's what? No, that's
Oh
That
yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
That's I didn't realize that was a fear. Like actually, job well done. So yeah, I have no
They'll
idea.
unlock the new fear.
Yeah, it's just like oh. That's not a move. I don't know what we do with these. I wait for y'all. Like yeah, I think um what are we thinking actually? Like
Uh,
I mean, I guess like to Renic, right? Like what like
I
what now? Like what the fuck?
He's unconscious.
I
Oh,
mean,
he is conscious. Oh my gosh.
the only thing I can think of is if I use my free arm to kind of like pick him up to carry him out.
Okay, yeah. I'll grab the other side. And we'll start like dragging, keeping eyes. How's
Yeah.
Donovan reacting to that?
Well, Donovan's dead.
Oh, he did.
yeah, this is
What?
this is
Hench. This is
Hench, right?
That was
Hench.
Hunch. No, yeah, Hench. Hunch is the guy that has no arms and is
Yeah.
extra dead.
Punch is the
Yeah,
one we thoroughly
yeah.
disarmed.
Yeah, no, yeah, fully disarmed. He is completely unarmed, literally. Yeah, we have a bandaged up blinded hedge.
Excuse me. I thought that was Donovan. My bad. Do.
No, you're good.
Donovan got his head blown off with the Dragonfire shotgun.
Of course.
These are going real bad for the dwarves, for the record. Like
Yeah,
they do not get a win.
Not great.
But yeah, if you guys want to make an escape, it is simply just either an agility to run away or a presence to like keep an eye on the statues, because they will not move while you're looking at them. Just don't make eye contact with them, because that is how you end up getting yourself fucked.
Okay, so
Mhm.
we have to look at them, but not eye contact. Don't look at the face. I see. Okay.
Are they fighting us? Are they like wiggling around to try to get at like a?
They are. You do not ever see them moving, but the second you're not looking at them, they are closer.
Okay. I'm gonna use my agility to get Renic out of here.
Yeah, go for it. Give me that 12. Give me that 20 side to side. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Nice.
So you got. Where are we running to? Are you running deeper into the woods?
I don't. Well, look, I'm in full Himbo Scooby Doo mode, so a row raggy at this point. So if Ceylon's character is helping Jotna, then I will be following them whatever way they're tugging.
Absolutely, you guys just start sprinting out of here. Harmus is just like yapping right at your feet. Osiria, how are you doing? You see Hench is back there. How are you guys? Guys, it sounded like some of you ran away. What's going on, guys?
Keep up. We're gonna go. Let's go.
Are they like? Is the rest of the party like long gone, or are they still like somewhat in range?
I think 18 told me that they fucking hustled their asses right out of here.
We literally booked it.
Their legs turned into wheels. They Scooby-Dooed.
Scooby dude.
They're
Like
currently
a
Benny
wheelbarrow
Hilling it.
mode.
It's they keep running into one room and then into another. Little goblins keep appearing wherever they're trying to go.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I think Glum is just gonna take care of this one now that he's been left alone, and then try to catch up with the party.
Absolutely. So roll me an attack. To try to like simultaneously kill Hench and also not take your eyes off of
I didn't even consider that. That's fine. This'll be fine.
Yeah, I guess it
Ooh.
will be.
Oh!
Nice.
How did you kill Hench?
Team chomp, team chomp, team chomp.
Nope, yeah, Team Jump. Same as Hunt. She's just gonna take the arms.
Blood-curdling screams come from the forest behind you. It's like, oh, thank God, we just made it. Like, but then, undeniably, what sounds like applause. But what if your hands were made of rocks and they were clapping
Sick.
as the laughter filling the forest grows? Alright, everybody. And just for convenience sake, I'm gonna say we ran back to this place.
That makes
Because-
sense. That makes sense.
Right. Renic still has 0 HP. He still has the boiling potion around his neck. Osiria walks in a couple minutes late.
Probably really playing up being like short of breath, like she just caught up. Like she just
Perfect.
barely managed to keep up.
You'll see Jotna doing the same thing again of looking while their back is to it, to the Osiria's character, just and literally just like does that once again, that backward head tilt and just tongue hanging out. Oh, you're back.
That was close.
Alright. Ceylon, are you gonna heal Renic? 'Cause I think you're the only one with
Sure.
the healing things.
Yeah, I'm
makes
pretty sure.
Do. No, I should actually like. roll
I'm
for that.
I'm just broken, right? If we wait,
Oh yeah, if we just
uh,
rest. If we just want to
yeah.
rest, we'll all come back.
Okay.
yeah, just this one says 1d4 rounds.
Does that mean we get omens back?
Omens don't come back.
Okay.
But if you have a power, like you are now, Ceylon, you are able to
Powers do.
play your hurdy-gurdy again.
Oh, okay. Like you have one daily power.
Yes, exactly
Oh,
that.
okay. So we're
Gotcha.
resetting the day.
Yeah, well,
Okay, I have to roll like 3 things. Hold on.
1 HP, but okay.
Now,
Okay.
now that we're back in this space, we're not lucid, correct?
Okay.
no, we are not lucid. No.
Okay, good. Okay.
These
So
are
I make-
some really good
Uh,
rolls.
Is the bot
Yeah.
is Donovan's body still there?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, Jotna is gonna go have a snack while waiting.
What was that
Oh,
green
alright,
powder?
is that what we're doing?
No, wasn't that, you said green powder was out there. What
Oh, absolutely. There's some green
Whew.
powder on there.
Put some of that on that nosebleed, but also below my nose too. Let's go.
Or
Yes,
Ren trying to like do his like math.
No, it's fine. I just have to write things down now.
It's fine, the party's just having group snack time while you're taking care of that.
That
Exactly.
green powder?
I
That green
chose this
powder?
class.
Refolding your scrolls.
Making new ones.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, which spells did you get? Oh, God, okay.
I got... Okay, so they're both unclean. Well, I know 10 is the death scroll. And what was the other one? 2. Tongue of Eris. A creature of your choices can... It's... Neat.
Whatever you do not want to fail spells in BORG, though.
Yeah, yep.
Because that's some fucking like your teeth get replaced with hangnails. Bullshit. Like
Yep.
that is just that is this game.
Yeah. It's a thing.
You're like literally re-rolling new scrolls, and I think that's super cute of a pun.
Trying to find the magic page.
This is the arcane catastrophes.
Yeah. Arcane catastrophes.
They're so bad. 5 twisted skeletal arms burst from your back. They are mischievous, violent, and terrible.
It's cute. Yeah, you already lost one arm. You're fine. You got him back. You can work on it.
It's a D20 list.
Yeah, there's 20 of these things. Like 20 is like, perhaps it's for the best. He emerges from the shadows. At least your suffering is short, almost instantaneous, as the two-headed basilisk devours you.
Yeah,
Jesus.
don't crit fail your presence roll to use a scroll.
Yeah, but you only have to worry about this if you roll a 1.
Yes.
God damn it, you don't want that 1.
No, you really don't. Okay, I have generated my scrolls.
Nice. I have snorted. What did we work on? How many lines we thinking?
Just
Rubbing in the gums. Saving some
This
for
is-
later.
that is straight up pixie dust, by the way. Like, that's not a joke. Like, that is a drug for the people of Dactyloid. They find pixies, kill them, dry them, powder them, snort them.
Oh.
That's not just in this nightmare. That's what they do.
How is it different than green magic? The Null City, you know what I mean? like it's just, does it get me going? Do I get a buzz, or do I actually get to like
Oh, if
zip zam zoom kind of thing?
roll me a 20-sider.
Okay. I just want to remind everybody, I'm a bard. It's not like my first like. I'm gonna put a +2 on it. 8.
I think it is. You can see
Go.
I spoilered it for a reason.
you can what is the I think it's just basically, yeah, it works. Like, you are fucking like high as a kite. I think you have damage reduction 2 to everything, but you also have -2. You lose 2 presence. You are high. If something hits you, you can no sell it.
I
But
don't know what that means. No selling.
no selling is a wrestling term. If so like if somebody throws you up against the ropes and they go to clothesline you, but because you are supposed to act out the getting clotheslined, you just don't. You act like it didn't hurt at all. That's no selling.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit, and you don't do it to your friends. Friends
Yeah,
don't no
nah.
sell friends.
Because I'm just, my head's not in the game in this. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I feel better now. So apparently if I drink this, and he holds up the potion, the next doorway I go to will take me to the children, presumably also the race. If you all want to go, you have to be close, as in like touching me, to follow. Are you ready? Or
Glum just nods.
Let's go.
okay.
Sorry, I'm back.
So Renic drinks it, takes a hand with each person, and walks through a door.
It's perfect. Enough hands for people now.
Mm-hmm.
Like in front of you, like all around you is suddenly a dungeon. Like you are definitely far underground somewhere. It is dark. It is dank. It smells of bodies. Like you smell sweat and viscera and gore. In the distance, you hear what can only be 3 children crying softly. And somebody whistling to themselves as you hear the sound of a cleaver being sharpened. In front of you is a large troll. It is this is Sterling Thicket's versions of trolls in MORK. They are not intelligent creatures. They are like, what if a bear was so much more? But it is taking a nice little nap. It has a huge bone hanging out of its mouth. It's the femur from some ungodly large creature. But it is in your way, but sleeping.
Well, I mean, sneaking seems like the best choice, so I'm gonna try and do that.
I support this decision. Give me that 20-sider.
Action?
Agility?
I think agility is the call.
Okay, here we go.
Oof.
I'm going to use an omen and
A reroll? Absolutely.
well,
Not
all right.
ideal.
Mhm, mhm.
We tried, everybody. We almost made it. All right, let me get the trolls character and sheet up here. If you're looking in the book, by the way, and find a troll, I do apologize.
I tried to stay away from the monster listings.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Alright, so the troll begins to shake its head and looks over and looks directly at Renic and starts to raise itself to its full height. The other 3 of you, can you each have 1 turn as it wakes up? It is going to start attacking you. There is no ambiguity about that. This is a troll. They are fucking nasty. They have 32 HP.
Ceylon's character is gonna like, okay, but this time cover your ears now, and it's gonna hit the hurdy-gurdy, and cause like taking the 2 damage reduction, it's not gonna hurt this round, so it wouldn't do damage until the next
Okay.
turn of hers. Yeah.
It's gonna roll a presence check and try to survive. It has no big presence thing. Osiria, can you give me a presence check? Osiria and Renic, you 2 are the ones that would know it. If you could give me presence checks, even a 1, this thing it's not like it's gonna attack you. This is just a knowledge thing.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, absolutely, Renic. Like this body or this dream, Valyria has dealt with trolls before. Valyria is not scared of trolls.
Okay.
She knows that they are just big softies. All you have to do is hit it hard enough, and it will run away. They are huge,
Okay.
they are scary, but they are easily frightened.
Can I say that out loud?
Absolutely. We could have had you say it before you even tried to sneak past it.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's try and sneak past. Let's not spend any time we don't have to. But if it wakes up, because I'm about to roll a 2, just hit it as hard and fast as you can, and they are scared, big scaredy cats. It will run away.
Give it a little boop.
Yeah, and boop on the snoot, and out he will go.
This is Alan not telling you the second part of that, but that's not a problem, right?
That's fine. Listen,
Yeah,
it
that's
is what
nothing
it
to
is.
worry about.
This is the information that I have and have passed on. If there
Love
is a
it.
second part, then oh well.
Oh, that's my other character's problem.
So I'm gonna roll a 20-sided. You, just so you know, the echo will carry, Ceylon. Like, this will be heard in the other room. I'm not making it kill the children, although I could.
But that's like.
The wraith will hear you.
I don't know if I would have hit it like with the information of like being changed.
Okay,
I think it would be like waiting, and then if it's a boop on the snoot, I'm gonna wait for somebody to attack. Then, if that's what's gonna like
Yeah,
I got
absolutely.
hand on the crank, but like I ain't cranking yet. Then in that case,
You do have your flail belt, by the way, if you wanted.
oh yeah,
If you want to slap it.
yeah, like a pat, look pat. Okay, I go do it.
And you're high.
Yeah, I'm feeling it though. I'll give you that. That is it's just a little boop on the shoe. Don't mind if I do. All right, I'll be the one. When
Roll me a 20-sider, add 2 to it.
I'm never gonna die.
That was a journey we all just went on with that die. All right, roll me 1d8 and add 2 to it. Like, that is...
Holy shit.
Yeah, that belt,
Yeah.
that belt didn't
That's a
fuck around.
19, I love it.
Flails plunk. Oh jeez.
sick.
Damn.
You know
This
when you get
troll-
real excited and you like kick your knees up, high knees, like
Oh, absolutely.
very jester vibe. Yeah.
This troll groggily waking up, like big bone in its mouth, looks over, sees Renic like poorly tiptoeing, like on his fucking paws. Like, what? And then all of a sudden, big ass hand comes, a metal hand smacks her right in the nose. It's like,
Leather
like-
crack sound. Oh god.
right? It's like eyes start watering up, and it's just like starts yiping.
No. I think Harm is just like, like he's winning. Like yeah.
Oh shit!
You know
Yeah,
where that's
roll me
coming
another
from?
20-sider.
Yeah, let's go. Oh,
No.
I'm gonna give him a little 1+1 because he feeling it too. He cute. No,
Alright.
no,
Oh, sick.
yep. Oh, he runs right up into, for sure. Yeah. That's my bone, I think is the point. Yeah, take that. And then he tries to take the bone. He's food motivated.
He's like that dog with the not just a stick, but the entire branch of a tree.
Yeah. So it just takes him so long to get to his bowl.
Oh god.
Perfect.
Can you believe I don't have any tokens for just a bone, like a bone-ass bone?
Yeah.
I've got a broken bone, but I don't want a broken bone.
There's,
they could-
there's the next discount code. Bone ass bone.
Right? I was.
Nika is working at it. Oh, so the troll from the 10 damage, because that's almost a third of its health. That is enough for its morale to be like tested, It gets up and it is trying to flee. Now, for the record, Renic and Renic Forge and Osiria, you all, well, your characters, see the dog, Harmus, attached to the bone that this troll is running down. The troll is turning the other way and going deeper into this. It is taking a left down a very long corridor. But I don't think the dog is going to survive if we don't get it.
He's not gonna let go.
Ah,
That's a
so
big boom.
that would be when Jotna gets on all 5 because the blade is on one of the hands. So, but gets on all 5 and books it to try and get the dog.
Yeah, roll me an agility.
Oh, come
Oh,
on!
sick.
I'm doing so
Can I-
well.
Can I take a crack at it as well, since I feel like Glum is probably right
Wait.
behind them?
Wait, I have an omen.
Oh wait, yeah, go for that first.
I have an omen. I'm gonna use my omen. Let's see here. So,
Or do you
oh,
want
I
me to
just-
try first
wait,
so you don't
wait.
have to spend it if it's...
wait, do I have to roll the omen? Is that what that I do? Or
No, you spin the omen and roll again.
Okay. So okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm spending the omen and I'm trying again.
Alright, okay.
Nope. The 5, and you're gonna
I'll give it a
like
try.
Yeah, please do.
Tripping over.
I would
was-
die. Like, if it was
I
a
was
5.
so ready for another 5.
Yeah.
So was I.
Nope, Harmus is gone.
He'll
guys-
find his way back one day. That's a big bone.
They take off that way, down the corner. And
the
then,
way I imagine it is that Jotna books it, but then slips on some like slobber or something on one of the
Yeah, yeah.
tiles.
Tries to catch the other leg that also slips over.
Just full super comedic like tumble.
But he literally rolls and then lands in a sploot.
I mean, it was a big bone. It was like a bone ass bone.
It was a bone ass bone.
Like, catch up with us if you can. Is my like order to Harmus. Like, can't let him go.
No.
No, big bone.
That dog.
He's got a lot of HP, so that's good. Like, he's got a chance.
as you all make your way further into the dungeon, like the soft crying becomes louder, the whistling becomes clearer, and the sound of the sharpening cleaver finally stops. And it's just like, that will do nicely. You see the Wraith, who I don't actually think has a skeleton face. That is a mask that is somebody else's face that he has over top of it. It is mostly... They are a skinless person. They haven't found the skin that they are looking for just yet, but we're close. We're very close. And they are wearing piles of extravagant clothing from all over the Echo. Their hands, each finger, again, is a different finger type. Claws on some, they have another hand off of their right wrist. That hand is smaller, very good for like the delicate work. Their legs are, one leg is cloven hooved, and the other is it is Ceylon. It looks a lot like one of your legs.
Whoa. Got your tag. Super cute. Oh,
As they are just getting everything ready to go, they are unaware of your presence. I do not think the kids are like making them more aware, but these 3 are terrified. The one on this over here with the crazy face has lost one of their hands.
Oh, jeez.
Has lost a hand?
Has lost the hand, yeah.
Oh, now we know where that hand came from.
Yes, well.
But they are hanging from hooks.
Yeah. Alright. I mean, from my point of view, there's no negotiating.
That seems fair.
What is this negotiating?
So, like, if
Negotiate.
he's unaware, I'm gonna take a sucker punch at it, or I'm gonna take a pot shot at him before he knows we're here.
Oh, hold on. Here. 36. I have a thing called wizard teeth. 4 weird teeth rattle within a blackened pouch. Before battle, roll a d6 for each one.
Oh shit.
And then for every 6, one of your attacks deals maximum damage.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead, cast those bones.
46. Okay.
Was it
Those are
46?
D4s.
Yeah.
You can't get a 6 on a D4.
Oh, sorry, 4d6. Sorry, 4d6. Oh,
1 6.
oh,
One of them is a 6, yeah. It must be this one that's weirdly stuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of your attacks does maximum damage.
Oh, that's funny. That they just really love each other. They just want to be together.
It's gotta be one of the 3s.
Gotta be one of the 3s, because
That's okay.
it
Go
must
home,
be
Tony,
that
you're
top
drunk.
one. Yeah, right. It's the one that's showing a 5 as well. It's showing a 3 and 5 and selling as a 6. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Renic, what is your sucker punch? Is it actually just hitting it with the staff, or is it one of your scrolls?
Oh yeah. I mean, my initial thought was try and shoot him with the shotgun, but yeah, no, I'm gonna try. I am gonna try the scroll again, and we're gonna see if this works. Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, sick.
Oh, well, before
Yep.
anything, let me do that card. Hold on. I have it here. Yes, bingo.
3.
We
the
have
bingo.
we have a bingo. We have a reap and sow.
What? 30.
So the next roll is a reap and sow. Delightful. So which scroll were you trying to use?
Death.
Death, absolutely. Okay.
So it's 4d10 HP out for every creature within feet of him. Assuming he's safe to do that on.
Oh yeah, he is a living person.
And the kiddos weren't within 30 feet of him.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna say, just to be polite, they're hanging on hooks high above him. You know.
Okay, sure.
That's a weird way to say I'm being nice, and the children are hanging from hooks.
I appreciate that they're hanging that far away. That's a weird. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna roll 4d10 now.
This got a little weird.
If nobody's calling that 13, I want to give it to B.
Yeah, I don't think either B or Caustic are in chat right now, so...
Okay, so let me give that to B if you guys don't mind.
As long as the villains don't mind, yeah.
So, 40-10, did you say?
That is what I said.
That is an insane spell. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's a scroll. You have to roll a 10 to get it.
Absolutely. Okay, yeah, give me 4d10. This thing has 15 HP before we get those numbers out. I just want everybody to know what we're dealing with here. This thing has no HP.
Can't say them keys.
It's just
My scroll is gone.
scroll is-
And I can't. That is one off of my daily power usage.
Your scroll might be gone, but so is the boss, clearly.
Loot, the loot.
He can even
Why
see
you come
you.
here?
Like it's literally these three just turn and look at you. What does it look like for Renic to cast this? Is it math still even here?
Does she? So we're in her dream. Does she understand that I do magic?
She understands that you're like, because she saw you shoot that mathematical fireball.
Yeah. No, she wasn't there for that.
Oh shit, she was not. She
Yeah.
would have been told about that.
Right. So it looks like the in Dexter's lab or whatever when they're doing a bunch of math, which is just
Yes.
nonsense.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's nonsense and squiggles, but it looks like math.
Yeah, great, amazing.
So I mean they're scrolls, right? So like he gets the scroll out, like unfurls it, and I think he just turns it around and a bunch of squiggles and nonsense fly out at the thing. And yeah.
It's highly effective. It's just all the whatever you're doing, man. That is again.
They
Woo!
fly out and surround it and just like constrict it down to nothing.
Sick.
He's like turning around. He's just like, what? He's like, no. And he's just like really quick, just snuffs him out. Like it's bloop.
Yep.
This
Bone
is
ass.
this is wait, isn't this the Ash lady all over it again?
It is the Lady of Ash and Bone again.
Like
Sorry.
so
No, I like
much though. Damn.
I'm gonna cut these kids down or take them off their hooks.
Yeah, I'm also going to help with that since I have a knife.
Forge, what do you have? A knife! No!
Trench.
Alright, you
So
tell me,
the-
Alan. Yeah.
I think, yeah, I'm positive. Like, you guys can just get them down. Now, Osiria. While everybody is getting them down. Sorry, not Osiria. The big bad wolf. There is a pile of body parts in the corner. You see a very familiar arm. It's just like, it's ridiculous. You have this arm buried at the Silver Thimble. How did they get their hands on the Earl King's arm?
Yes.
What?
It's here. It's right there for the taking. It has dozens of syringes stuck in it right now. Whatever the Wraith was doing had to do with pulling something out of this creature. Like, you can see set up injections that were getting ready to be put inside these children. Like, they are wounded. They are beat the fuck up, by the way. But like, they didn't... I don't know. Morkborg's gross. I'm sorry. They were not
Yep.
hooked by, like, manacles. They were hooked by their ribs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah. Like Dead by Daylight style, right?
Dead by Daylight style, yeah.
Okay.
Inside that pile of body parts, not counting this arm, like, you could take this arm, no problem. You could secret it away to come back for it later. The big bad wolf. This will give you +1 to your villain level. Or you could fight with that moving pile of blood in the other pile and get more parts for yourself. Inside the body parts. Just you can feel something is slowly siphoning the blood out. But you want that blood. It makes the bodies move. Do you want to fight with B or take this arm?
I think she's gonna take the arm, because when the wolf was like forced to flee the city, that was the most important thing in her eyes that she left behind, was that arm. Like, that one was like a pride thing.
Nice.
As you take that arm, everybody, where did... It's like, hold on, where did Glum go? Wolf howl in the distance. The big bad wolf has left the game and has claimed the arm once again. Yeah. B and Osiria are both going to get a +1, but I would have given +2 to whoever won that fight.
I like that the big bad wolf was strategic, and I do like that.
All the kids are just like, uppies.
Yeah, definitely. And
Like, that
But-
checks out. What kind of, you said extravagant clothes? Like, right, you get an arm, and then you vanish, and then I get something shiny, and then I vanish, and then what else we got in there? Like, I'm not getting the kids down. I'm good. Like, what else?
The body.
What kind of poisons we working with here?
Gotta loot that body.
Gotta loot
Absolutely.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep, loot
So-
that body.
He was wearing what is known as the Cloak of Feathers.
Ooh.
Each feather is a different, from a different creature. No two feathers are used twice. And it has hundreds of them. Let me go to my MORK doc. I have made so many magic items for MORK.
Regardless of
Nika,
poses.
that one is my favorite as well.
Yeah, that one's real good.
That one has seen some stuff.
They've all seen some stuff at this point.
That one
They
showed
just
some
watched
stuff.
a man get vaporized.
I don't know, I love
that-
this one. This
this
one's
one's
my
my
favorite.
My
Is that
favorite
good?
is that middle one. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that I like
That's
this
the one.
one, but yeah, most people like the
this
crazy
is my
eyes.
favorite one.
Yeah,
This
like,
is
I
my
definitely
favorite
like the rightmost one, but that middle one.
one.
Yeah. Wait, the NBC November has somebody playing these guys.
Nice.
So basically, Joe now will be basically going, doing the bellowing house song, just under his breath, not knowing why, but just doing the bellowing howl song
Scratch.
from
Scratch.
earlier. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Boom,
Nice.
growl, boom, growl. Watch the closest scratch. Boom, howl, boom, howl. Scratch, scratch, scratch.
Ceylon's gonna join in with you. And is that gonna be able to be the cue for Harmus to come back? Real quick question. He just appears like the show wasn't that bad, and they're just like, oh, Master's calling. We're like doing a little song, gotta go.
Performance time.
yeah,
think-
yeah.
Valeria shows up like
Nice.
in person, just like she wasn't here and now she is. Like you see her run up to like hug the kids. She does have Harmus like in her hand.
Oh, nice! Yay!
Oh, that's my girl. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Also, Valeria's a badass.
Oh,
I'm gonna have
shit.
dreams about her and Komodo dragons. Like, woo! Nice.
If 14 feet is the outlier for like how big they are, and like how big they are is how strong they are, Valeria is most certainly 14 feet tall.
Yeah.
I was imagining her like 20 or something like that because she looks like a giant woman.
Right. Well, like I said, Renic is the runt at like 7.5. I imagine like 9 to 14 is the range, with
Yeah.
like a 14-foot tall epic being like finding a 7-foot plus tall human.
Yeah.
She's
Like they
great at
exist,
web
but it's rare.
Yeah.
And she's female on that, and like they're rare as
Yeah.
well. So it's like on top of it, on top of it. So
Oh, yeah, she's
nice.
a jewel. Yeah, she's like a rare jewel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoo, she's a jewel. Oh, hidden gem.
I mean, she's not
Gotta
real
go visit.
hidden.
Never, never, never.
You gotta be of a certain
All three
level.
of these children are also female, for the record.
Oh,
all of these are?
shit.
Yep.
They're all girls. Okay.
We just like saved the thousands of
generation.
generations.
Yeah.
You saved the next generation for sure. And as Valeria like comes up and she like uses all of her like 3 of her arms to grab onto the kids, she reaches out with her 4th and touches the stump that where Renic gave up his hand. You've sacrificed much for us, Renic. It's like, even without, like, I don't know how I know that it is you. And I think all of you are starting to become more and more lucid in this moment. She is waking up.
Oh, because she's gaining lucidity. Okay. Okay.
This, I believe, is this a dream? She looks at Ceylon directly. Is this a dream?
Oh, well, let's see. And she's gonna like bite one of the rings, and I think it's just gonna turn to fish flakes. And we're like, meow. But it's a good one. You're like, fight, fight, fight. I don't know, cheerleading, like grabbing Forge kind of thing, and it just, because you can do it. And then we'll slap her ass, and it's a good vibe. Oh, wah, 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 wah. It's a dream, baby. Like, yeah, like,
It's just a dream. A game dream.
Okay. It's just a dream. A dream theory.
Just wake me up when September ends starts playing.
oh my god. Non-stop radio play. But it comes out like the clamster, the
Yeah.
sugar link.
I lost my token for her. I literally
no.
just had it.
There she is.
You all wake up in your beds that are in the epics. It was a terrifying night, but it was just a nightmare. Osiria, can you give me a 2 20-siders and take the higher, please?
Yep.
Oh.
It went from a 13 to a 1 to, like, it went back and forth a bunch.
God.
That's 13.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. The next roll was a reap and sow.
It was
Oh,
a reason.
no.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Alright, Osiria. Here's my question for you. Because this is going to go terrible for somebody. Not you, not the crew. Who is the big bad wolf haunting the most right now? Like, if you can bug the epics if you want to. That's absolutely fine. But upon getting the Earl King's arm again, which you are able to pull out of dreams because of who and what you are, if you consume that, you are going to grow so large. Like, you are going to be the baddest wolf scenario. That somebody might have to build mechs to bring you down.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Hold on. The choices.
So a 20 for Osiria Like, I'm gonna raise, because you don't know this yet, but the Big Bad Wolf has a faction rank in Tarkus's game of Beam Saber. I'm gonna raise your rank for that 20. Now somebody else gets that 1. Which city are you haunting or prowling? It can be anywhere, any map that we have. If you want me to switch us to.
I mean, based on the events of tonight's game, I feel like the answer is pretty clearly the dwarves. We fucked them up real bad.
No, I don't have the dwarves.
Ooh.
Gosh, solid. Head floating in the pot and everything.
Right. And the evisceration of that one dwarf hench.
Like the animation of the dwarf head floating is set
Oh yeah.
in
Oh,
like the
absolutely.
first Halloween game, like floating in the pool. Oh no, that's solid.
Like, even if none of them were like actually there during that, like that feeling is gonna stick. Like,
Totally.
I'm not gonna lie, I love that. I love that for them. I really love that for them.
And just like message to Tarkus, your fucking Beam Saber game is gonna take place on Virtuoso of all places. I wonder what the dwarves mechs would look like then.
Oh my god. That's so cool. Mustaches
Yeah.
on mustaches on mustaches.
I was gonna say they're just minecarts with mustaches and beefy arms.
That was fucking amazing, everybody. Thank you for coming and playing our game of BORG. None of you died.
I know,
It was
right?
a close thing.
yeah.
But like it was like a hard game or something. Like,
No, I will say this. This is the
All
first
this
time
hype.
I've ever played a game and taken 0 damage.
I love. All I do is take no hits. Hard life.
Now I know what the trick is. I have to play
Presence.
unhinged. I have to play unhinged characters. That's the ticket.
The Ceylon's character, the sacrilegious songbird, says, self-assured and unpredictable, red
That-
swollen alcoholic's nose, convinced you cannot die. Just nailed it on the head. That's how, no nightmares, baby, just little horsies, little ponies. Thank you for the game. This was so much
this is
fun.
great.
This
like,
was
raise
fantastic.
Sick.
And go
Big
Team
love.
Chomp, by the way. Go Team Chomp.
Team Chomp. Like, can I be honest? I had plans to like totally turn on y'all if that went different, but then you were all just as unhinged as I planned to be, so I was like, okay,
yeah.
then we'll just let it rock.
That's all
I
was
gotta
like,
stop giving Renic stuff. Like, I did not give him that scroll at all. So like,
that was great.
if he would have rolled a 1, there's a very good chance he kills every one of you.
Oh wow.
But instead, he rolled high enough to he rolled a 13, which is hilarious.
He's
But-
really, really good at math. Like, I don't understand it.
So good at
It's kind of just like squiggles. Like,
Yeah.
That was great.
really
That was
good.
great. The gibberish math.
it's just
Hold on,
like,
hold on. Did Renic just discover the anti-life equation?
Oh my god.
No.
No.
Well, I mean, yes, but no, right? It was all
How did it
gibberish and
feel?
squiggles and
fair.
How did it feel to you? Because like,
Yeah,
do you get inspired
exactly.
after the
That's what-
dream? And you're like,
he would
where's
have-
my journal? Like,
he would be. Oh, he certainly does. But he would be
hell
trying
yeah.
to like quantify a feeling, which is not a thing he understands.
I
I
mean,
think you do though. You've been vibing. Like you
Yeah.
you unlocked music and like as a way to like express those feelings in some kind of mathematical form.
Oh yeah.
So like I feel like you do take away a decent chunk of like, you know, the haze of waking up in a dream. Like you remember the melody, the feeling of that. I feel like you do remember some of it. Like you survived
Like that. Like
with
you-
1
you
HP the whole time.
resonated
I don't
with-
know. Like that was great.
Yeah, you resonated with that. Yeah.
I don't know. You like
Yeah.
successfully like cheered everybody on. None of the kids died. Only lost like a hand. Like, I think your notes. I mean, literally.
That his
take
journal
good
is going to be
notes.
wild for this one.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. The
absolutely.
scribbling, like you can't write fast. It's actually written like scribbles.
Yes.
That's sick.
When you wake up, you all will remember this. Everyone that was in this dream will remember this dream, including those dwarves.
Oh, well.
Oh no.
It's just like they will remember what they were doing in this dream. Not perfectly.
Oh, they're gonna remember that Renic blew their faces off. That's great.
Yeah, Renic is the only one that'll be memorable.
I have no regrets. And Renic has no regrets.
Heck
Look,
yeah.
look, that was a very spicy lunch. I enjoyed all of it.
Osiria, okay, solid. Would be in a team with Syria again, absolutely.
Definitely.
Nice.
Good strategy.
Same thing, yeah, same.
Yes.
Oh, Forge 100% would join y'all. Completely, yes. And look, our cheer squad bond got stronger with this mission.
So tomorrow we are playing. Tomorrow we are playing Outgunned. It is Professor Winter's pick. This game is one of the ones that was super interesting to me because I've been meaning to try to get around to playing it. It does not revolve around 20-sided, so I'll have to figure out another way for the luck. But don't worry, I've got ideas. It has Nickel, it has Kui, it has Krieg, and it has Ento. And each one of them is in, what's the word I'm looking for? Trouble's the wrong word. You know, like sensitivity training. Little bit of anger management. It's like, these four have just... They've been causing some problems. Ento is constantly taking his shirt off and flexing. That's a little, like, you know... Krieg really needs to fucking, like, curb his trying to, like, blackmail... not blackmail people, but trying to, like, bribe them. You see the vibe. That is...
Like,
What's that?
He's, like, religiously? Like, he's selling the religion stuff at work kind of
you-
thing?
Yeah.
There should be a separation of Thimble and church.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Stitch and State.
Yes,
Stitch
I
and
like
State.
that.
Stitch and State. Stitch and State. Sick. That's so sick.
I love that. Separation of Stitch and State. I love it.
It's just like we gotta like get it all under control. And obviously, Kui's just there. Kui is there on accident. She just thought like she saw the coffee and everybody like smoking and wanted to be part of it.
Queen is good times.
But and that is tomorrow's game. On Sunday we have a game as well. These are all start at normal standard times. On Sunday we have the game of Monster of the Week with In a World Without Magic. So tomorrow's game is Nickel's Nightmare. Is the first one we're playing where we're in a player's nightmare. Sunday's game, we're in Peanut's Nightmare.
Oh
no.
Oh boy.
In a world without magic. Security officer, like Mon. No wait, shit. What the hell is his name? Stephen Wilson's finds himself caught up in a case of who is the boogeyman.
Oh.
Everybody's saying the boogeyman must be Cash, but Peanut won't believe it. He refuses. It would be his nightmare to learn that another crew member has turned out to be a villain.
I got bad news for you, Peanut.
A shell above the vest.
He didn't take Osiria as being a villain very well. He's having a rough time. But don't worry, I think we'll save him. I think there's a really good chance that we won't. That we'll figure out that Cash, of course, is not the boogeyman. That it's just like it's ridiculous. But look forward to it. We have Iskra, and what's that? Amon, Akana, and probably Royce. But we will see.
Don't worry, we'll be clamoring for the good news.
Did we get Cash a +1? All right, excellent. So, thank you, everyone. That was MORK. I really thought we were gonna die more.
It was
thought
close.
I thought I was gonna
Ah.
get some damage, but no.
Yeah.
Oh, they
We-
lost that fight. The way that the villains, like when you guys summon guys in, you don't need to win. You just need your numbers to average higher than the numbers of the heroes before they kill your enemy. That's all you need. If you get a crit on that, you get automatic +1. If you get a 1, you lose a level. And if they crit you, you lose a level. But you cannot go under 5. Like if once you hit 5, you are stuck there. If that we realized, me and Nika realized that we did not include that in the thing, and that is our bad. We're sometimes real bad at this, but sometimes we're really cool.
You got lots of plates in the air.
So I'm juggling so many plates, and they're all spinning, and I'm on a unicycle, and there's
Oh,
60
God.
people below me.
Oh
But
wow.
also, like,
And I'm gonna drop these
fall
plates
is
on you.
happening, so there's
Fall is
like
happening?
wet leaves everywhere, and it's like whoop, like banana peels. Like yeah.
Yeah. Orange peels.
This
This
is
was
super
great.
fun. Thank y'all.
Clam juice on the ground.
Bone ass bones everywhere.
Bone ass bones everywhere.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye
Bye.
forever.